Let's see what happens here. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, yeah. All right, DJ Daz, what's good? What's good? Let me know you can hear me out there. Just love to leave the banner. What's up, Nerd Chris? How we doing? Maddie, you're here on time to class. Senior Teb, Holly, what's up? Just let me know if you can hear me in the chat so I know everything is working. Good, we good. All right, thank you, DJ Daz. I so appreciate you. All right, we are here. Let me see here. I wonder, I've been doing a little test because I'm hosting someone right now. Achilles is here. What's up? There he is. And I did a little test and I wanted to see how long it takes for Twitch to switch over to my stream as well. Sunshine, what's good? Thank you. Soulflux, DJ Craig Top Floor, nice to meet you. Welcome to the stream. So we're here. We got a lot to cover. We'll give people a couple minutes to get here. A packed agenda. Our first guest is in the building. I'm so happy. All the way from Australia, too. All right, there we go. It took a couple minutes to switch over, so that's interesting. All right. Awesome. Awesome. We'll continue to ask people, but if this is your first time here for Twitch U, put a 1 in the chat. Let us know. Put a 1 in the chat. Vivian Lee, hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Twitch U. All right. Cool, cool. We're here. Awesome, awesome. Alex, what is good? Good to see you. We just all roll right in here. Roll right in. LaDawn, hello. Put on the message in your tab. Hello. DJ Chaotic. What's up, my good sir? I had to edit out that Dallas Cowboys talk in the video. I just want to let you know. Just Jane, good evening. C. Cruz, what's up? Happy week after birthday. Let's see. Miss Denise, hello. All right, all right, all right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. That's good. That's good, Vivian. We're glad you're here as well. If this is your first time, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know that as well. I got a couple things to review really quickly, and we'll keep it moving. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right, all right. My first question to get us started off with today, we're going to talk this question right here to get us started off with. Let's see here. What is one feature you wish was added to Twitch? Shanda, hello. DJ Malachi510, hello. Nice to see you. Yeah, so if you could just put that in the chat, what is one feature you wish was added to Twitch? Let us know. Achilles puts higher quality audio. I love that. I love that. Maddie, I won't ban you. You know, everyone has to have a few flaws in their character. Lainey, what's up? Good to see you. Startastic evening this evening as well. Mellow Marsha, good evening. So yeah, just share what else do you think was one feature you wish was added to the chat? Let us know that. I mean, not to the chat, to Twitter, or to Twitch, excuse me. Let us know that. And then I'm going to show you a couple things really quickly. Oh, Vivian Lee, that's good feedback there. I'm going to highlight that actually. That's really interesting. Hold on. That's it. So you wish Streamlabs was easier to use with a Mac. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, okay. And it didn't. So you got a new. So I'm glad you put this here. So hold on. Let me slow down for a minute here. Soulfox, I'm going to show you how to do this today. I'm going to show you how to add a hype train for mobile onto your stream. I'm going to show that to you. It'll be later in the class, but I'm going to show that. I was taught how to do it 2 hours ago, and I'm going to show you again. So that's going to be cool. I'm glad you put that there. That's amazing. So keep sharing this right here. What feature? Songbird, hello. One button to help mobile users participate more. And Miss Denise, since you put that there, what would you want this one button to do? Let us know that as well. So that's really interesting. DJ Eyes as well. Hello. What's up, Flossy DJ? Yes, Achilles, you're gonna learn. But I have to give a credit to Misty Mountain, who'll probably join us a little later, who introduced me to DJ Twinspin, who just taught me. So yeah, we're gonna show you that too. All right, so um, first thing I want to do is I wanted to review. Let's take this down here for a minute. Oh, hold on, let me see this comment here. Can we explain? Oh, sure, Jane, we can do that really easily. Yes, can we explain how some biddies have different quantities, 25? You can put up biddies for however the value you want to put up. You can put like show love 22. You can do Franker Z, I think it is 77. You can put it up when you type it in the chat. You can put it up for whatever value you want to put up. It's your choice, but you have to type it into the chat, I believe. That'll make it easier for you. Justin, what's up? Good to see you here. So yeah, that's easy to do. We can show you that as well. I'll show you that as well. Hosting while looking at a new DJ without changing pages. Chanel B, welcome back. Thank you. Happy 3-month anniversary. Awesome, awesome. Okay, first what I'm going to do here, and we'll come back to that as well. Chanda, be able to follow and comment someone without leaving your current set you're on. You can whisper and comment, but not follow. Great idea. That's a good one too. Awesome. All right. Okay, DJ Winnie C, hello. Welcome back to Twitch U. So there you go, LaDawn did it. I wonder if the next person does bits. Thank you for those bits, by the way, LaDawn. Appreciate that. Try to do like a funny number. Like I think you do like 13 or 12. I've seen people do 1 as well, so it's really easy. So awesome, yeah. Good, good, good. That's good. This is good. ATLB Rockstar. Hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, a couple things I want to review really quickly. We take this down. Keep putting ideas in the chat. I wanted to show you keyboard shortcuts. I got asked this a couple times this past week. I just want to show you. It's really simple, and but it really help you if you're on your keyboard. Like if you're on your keyboard, you can use spacebar. Okay, we'll pause the live stream. If you hit F, it'll toggle to full screen as well. Shift up or shift down on your arrow, up and down on your arrow key will adjust the volume up as well. DJ Fudge, hello, good to see you. M will mute the stream. And then alternate T and alternate R will kind of make it theater mode, toggle to chat. This is something really easy. Mike C Music, hello. And then question mark. If you click on the kind of screen and hit question mark, these will pop up as well. So that Soul Fox is this is in the guide, which you will yes exactly Achilles short cuts are life for sure, definitely. So yes, exactly. If they have a minimum set, you can't get around. You have to do something above the minimum. Like if they have a minimum set of bits of like maybe 100, you could do 101. You could do 107, but you have to do the minimum. You can't get around that as well. See, Cruz, I'm going to highlight this, and this is a hot topic that we wanted to cover. So why is it that when you go back to view some of the stream, songs are not audible? Due to copyright issues with the DMCA, they have, and when I say they, I mean Twitch has a bots or whatever that goes through everyone's streams once you finishes, and if it's a copyright or it's on a list of copyrighted material, they'll just mute it automatically. That's their way right now for using copyright and kind of trying to align themselves with DMCA. We don't know if things will change. Hello, Minor Boy, good to see you. But that's what that is. That's just basically they're kind of doing their end to do copyright and muting certain streams. YouTube has another thing they do where they don't let you monetize. Twitch allows you to continue to monetize, but they'll mute some streams. So that's why that is happening as well. Great question, though. Okay, so I wanted to show everyone also how to host and how to set up hosts. You're welcome, C. Cruz. Thank you for asking. I want to show you how to set up hosting so you can automatically host people. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen. We're going to go to a Brave tab. We're going to go to channel Twitch. I'm going to give a minute for this to show up here as well. Okay, so hopefully that shows up. Oh, I know what I need to do. Let me stop doing this really quickly. Let me stop sharing it. And we're going to come back to StreamYard and we're going to do this here, I think. This here. Let me share this again. Hopefully it'll come up bigger for you there on your screen. Channel Twitch, share. So that'll put me in a little bit. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, so you see right here, what you want to do if you're on your page. So right now I'm using StreamYard. Usually 5 out of the other 6 days, I'll use OBS, but for this Twitch I use StreamYard because it allows me to highlight your comments and all that. So that's the answer to your question, Senior tab. For this one here, you'll see, you go to your creator dashboard. So you just hit, like, you hit your profile, then you'd go to like creator dashboard. It will be there. I'm live now, so I can't go this way. So you're here, right? And you go to channel, you click on channel. So you go to stream creator dashboard, then you click on preferences, then you go to channel. Once you're on channel, it'll bring you to the very top here. You'll be at the very top with your stream key and preferences, all this thing. This is for everyone's profile. You just scroll down, past permissions, your profile picture, profile settings. You keep going down, your channel trailer. I need to add one. You go down, add your social links as well. Then you put your schedule. DJs, if you don't have your schedule in here, I highly recommend putting your schedule in here. It's very, very important. Yes, Achilles is exactly right. Yes. So here, keep doing that. And then you go to auto host list and you can click that so you can auto host. And then I believe if I'm going right here, you can add and manage your hosted channels. So right here, what I'm going to do, and Vivian Lee, that is correct. I'll highlight that comment too. For the time being, that means you're automatically hosted. When you rate someone, yes. So I'm gonna click here, right? Here are all the people I host automatically. Flossie, Ivy, Morse Code, As Is, LV, Classics, Archie, NYC, to all these DJs here. I'm gonna add our guest today. So we're gonna add Achilles Music. Oh, gotta add the S right here. Here he was. Here he is, right here. So I'm gonna add him, right? So I'll add him. I'm also gonna add DJ underscore E-Man right here. So I'm going to add him. And then I'm going to add tweak music tips. Okay, so you add all 3 of them right there. And then, okay, so we're good. So now we click off. So then after I've added them, I can move them up. Like I can take D-Man and scroll him up here. I can take Achilles Music, so you can put them in the order. Then depending on the order that they're here, whenever they're on, it will kind of use this as the order for who you're hosting as well. DJ Q, thank you for the sub. Happy 3 months anniversary, my fellow Montgomery County brother right there. So this is how you set up hosting. So if you have DJs that you love to follow, just go to auto hosting and just host them right there. It's really simple as well. So that's hosting as well. I'm gonna go back to the questions, stop sharing. Let me see what questions we have as well. So let's see here. And then I'll clip that as well. So that's there. Yeah, that's, so that hosting will help you there as well. Pain slaps. I'll clip it for you, pain slaps as well. And that's it right there. So yes, okay, so that's good. That's how you would host someone, really simple, easy, automatically as well. I'll show you really quickly again. Here you go to channels. Let's share this page really quick. And then we're gonna bring our guest on in a moment here. I'll show you one thing. So just go here. Awesome here. So you just go to channel, preferences, channel, and then host. And host list is at the bottom. It's right at the bottom right here, right before allow all raids as well and drop. So that's it right there. Host list you can add and manage right there underneath preferences and channel. That's where it is. ATLB Rockstar, yes, you made the class. Thank you. What are the benefits to hosting? So I'm going to highlight that question, and I know Achilles had a good answer really quickly. So what I'm going to say is the benefits of hosting is that it allows people to discover other streamers that maybe they're not familiar with. Thank you for the follow, Miss Denise, as well. It also allows discovery. It allows for, what I've read is, they'll never confirm this, but what I've read, is there a hype train going on? Let me refresh. I don't see that here. So hold on for a minute. I don't see the hype train here. Now, if you're new, first of all, if you're new, put a 1 in the chat because we can then explain to you what a hype train is. I want to explain this to you as well. Holy moly, it's already here. So, okay, we're level 1 hype train. I missed some subs. Thank you, Flossie. But I'm gonna come back to studio chatter. So hosting helps discovery. It helps the person that's streaming move up the recommended listener as well. It's just a really good way to allow people who are your friends to see who you're watching and bring people to the stream. If there are any other DJs that have other kind of examples, let us know in the chat as well, Misty Blue. So we're at a level 1 hype train. Ooh, and yeah, and I'm going to show you later how to get this on to mobile as well. I can't do it from here because I'm on DJ Fox. Hello, welcome. as well. And so Justin put something in there as well. So right now we've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We're at 99% level 1 hype train. Queen Main, thank you for the sub. So thank you for that. So hype train, we love to say DJ Fudge, thank you for those bits. It's I had to refresh because on my screen I didn't see the hype train. So a lot of times if I didn't see it on my screen, I had to refresh. That's why. ATLB Rockstar, thank you for the sub. Happy 2-month anniversary. A hype train is like a legal way for you to show love to the DJ or streamer. We just love that as well. That's the way we do it. You can do bits. They have to be, once they get to 100, bits of 100 or more, subscriptions and gifted subscriptions. So DJ Chaotic, thank you for gifting that sub to Yejor. Jordan, what's good? Good to see you here. Jordan's coming back, I think, in a couple weeks. I got to email you, Jordan. So I'll let you know as well. So that's kind of the benefits to hosting. Hopefully that helped you out there as well. Where are we at now? We're level 2 hype train. We got 83% as well. 83% for this hype train. We keep going. And so, that's just what it is. So let me see if there are any other questions in here. And then once we finish this hype train, we'll bring our guests on as well. DJ Fox. See, DJ Fox, I remember how to pronounce it as well. So thank you. So yeah, so we're at 83%. So let's see what other questions we have. We can multitask, I believe. We can multitask. Hello, London. It's good to see you. Okay, so good question here. And I got to give Payne Slaps a shout out. That's my student from Cal State Fullerton. Also, we got to congratulate Payne Slaps because he just got affiliate today. So congratulations. Good job getting affiliate. Amazing work there. Do people know when you're hosting for them? Only if they leave the stream and go and look at your page. They might not notice, but when you initially do it, a little pop-up will come up. If I'm not on OBS right now, but normally if someone were to host me right now, it would pop up on my screen if they host it just individually. If it's auto host, they won't know as well. So that's a good question there. Thank you for the bits. Where are we at now? Yes, Victoria top floor. Awesome, awesome. So here we're 88%, 3 minutes left as well. Good, good. You're welcome, Studio Chatter. So that's that. Oh, Miss Vel is here as well. What's going on? Good to see you all. So yeah, so that's it. Keep putting questions in there, and then we're going to finish this hype train and keep it moving so we can get to level 3 or 4 or 5, I think, right? Yeah, I feel confident in that. If you have questions, keep putting them in the chat. We'll continue to answer them as well. Also, good, good, good. I'll give it all the gems here. So thanks, Stephanie 1908. Thank you for that. Let me look here. Also, I'm going to show you while we're on this hype train, I'm going to go to someone's stream and we're going to show you about taking down the bandwidth. A lot of people are on mobile and have trouble with the bandwidth or the screen will freeze. So I'm going to show you that next too while we're here. Thank you, Flossie, for the bits. Okay, here we are, 97%. We're almost to level 3. This is good. This is good. Oh, Quasi's on. We're going to go to Quasi's channel really quickly here. So let's see here. So I'm going to go to his channel here. Okay. So let me share this really quickly. Thank you, DJ Fudge, for the bits. I think we're almost level 3. Here we are, level 3. Thank you all very much. Art1 Funkbox, good to see you. Okay, so now I'm going to share this with you really quickly. And let's go to share screen. And we're going to go to Brave tab. Okay, so I want to share this with you because a lot of times people have some issues with their bandwidth. So if you go to the bottom right here, you see the little gear button and you click on settings, and then you go up to quality. And if you go up to quality, you can then adjust this down. Like you can take it down to 160p, 360p, and try to go down by each level until your bandwidth increases as well. So, I mean, until the screen kind of clears up and there's no choppiness. So you can go up, but if you're having trouble, go down with 360 or 160p, and that will help you as well. So that's one thing I want to show, to lower the bandwidth when you're watching. That will really help you do that also. All right, so I want to show that. Good. And then DJ Fox, you said something that I want to ask you about here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a little later about how I learned how to do this in terms of screen grab, the hype train, and display on the screen. I just learned about this. I'm going to show this a little later. So if you have done it, share what you did in the chat. That way we can kind of double up as well. So awesome. And thank you for coming by too. All right, so where are we at? Hype train, we're at level 3, 0%. We'll keep moving it forward there. What's going on, Trish? Good to see you. So let's see here. So that's awesome. Yeah, add source. Yeah, I'm gonna show that a little later as well. Awesome, awesome. The Hotlanta, hello, good to see you. What's going on, Kenyatta? Great to be here. Yes, yes. Let's see here. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good to see everyone here. We're still at this hype train. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. What other questions do you have? Put those in the chat there. Um, and then let's see here. Good, good, good. DJ Brax, what's good, DJ Brax? Good to see you here. I see D-Man in the studio also. Um, all right. All right. Yes, Lady CVJ. Good, good, good. Let me see. What else did I have to cover? Oh, also, is London is here in the chat. I'm going to put something in the chat. It's a app that allows you to change the fonts as well. Thank you for that gifted font song, gifted sub, Songbird. So I think London is here, and I'm going to put the link in the chat. And London, can you tell us how you use that and what you do? It allows you to change the font here. Classics, hello. Good to see you as well. Fonts keyboard. London, tell us what this app allows you to do and how you use it, and maybe you could show us as well. Fontskeyboard.com, I think that's how we spell it. Right there. Yes, Achilles, HBCU love, yes. So that'll allow you to change the font that you're in the chat as well. What's up, Sega the Black Knight? Awesome, good to see you. Where are we at? 48%, level 3 hype train. There you go. Yes, exactly what. Glad you put that, DJ Fox. This is exactly. I'm going to show you, but I just learned this today as well. And then font color. I know that Jen is really good at doing that as well. So this is how you can add the hype train on your screen in OBS for mobile. I'm going to walk you through it, but this is a great way to add the hype train in mobile that will let mobile users see a hype train. It'll be good at working tomorrow because I don't use OBS for this one, but this is how you do it here, and I'll walk you through it a little later as well. Thank you, DJ Fox, for sharing. I love this. So it's good. I just learned about it today. Yeah, and then Jen can tell you how to do that. So we're at a minute left. 48% of the hype train is going on. So I wish I was, yeah, so that's good too. All right, all right. And let's see here. Okay, so that's it. And then while we're here, I think I'll show this after the interview. I'm going to show you. Many people have also asked. Thank you for those bits, Retro Soul 891. Make sure you're following Retro Soul 891. It's a great show in the morning. Great eclectic music. I love it. So glad that you're here. Thank you for the bits, Alex, Senior Tabs, Laney. Thank you all for all those bits as well. Appreciate that. Let me think here. Let me think here. We're good. So yes, that's good. That's good. AA Rob, good to see you. All right, we're 63%, about 20 seconds left. Another thing, and you don't have to do it for this one, but if you want to make sure, Miss Vale taught us this, you want to make sure that the hype train doesn't like do just what Songbird just did. Make sure you won't only wait till like 30 seconds at the last minute before you want to make it keep going, because a lot of times it'll time out early. Like, thank you Songbird very much for doing those gifted subs. So we prevented it from timeout. So now we're up to level 4 as well. LA Philly family, welcome back. Yes, yes. See, Miss Bell, I listened too. Select a 720. Awesome. Thank you. Now we're level 4. Good girl goodies. Good to see you. Miss Bell, don't fuss at me. Don't fuss at me, please. Thank you for those bits. Awesome. Good work there. Congrats again, Selecta, for getting partner. That's amazing. And let me think here. Okay, we're good here. We just kind of cruising around this hype train. Level 4, let's go. We move a little slow over here, Achilles. Like level 4 as well. Yes, yes, yes. Miss Phil, DJ Chaotic, good. We're gonna show also later for, there you go. I put the link up, London. So yes, you can see how in London's, and let me highlight this as well. You can see how her font is a little different because she used that link, which is called fontskeyboard.com. I'll put the link up this way too. Hold on. Let me add a banner. Fontskeyboard.com. Retro Soul FM. Thank you for those bits, sir. I really appreciate you. So let me create a banner here, and I'm just going to do fonts, keyboard.com, and I'm going to add that there. And that's what you can do to get special fonts for us. C Cruz, thank you for the bits as well. We're 49%, level 4. And that will allow you to change the fonts in the chat and do that. And Jen, I think if you put it again in the chat, Jen, please, if you could put how to change colors for people. I know we get asked that a lot. Let me know that. And I'll highlight that also. So that's good. I don't want to go too fast. I give you a lot of information. Any questions on anything I've shared so far? We all good there? Any questions? Um, good, good, good. I'm just checking out here. So I'm gonna leave that up there. We're good. We're good. The party rocker, DJ Kev G. Good to see you. Good to see you. Awesome. There as well. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Fourths. How do you say that, Mr. Fourths? Let me know. Yes, Linda, we're here. You're right on time. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Awesome. Um, Yes, this will be available on demand on my channel. Nothing will be muted because we're not playing any music today, so we're good as well. So you can just check it out everywhere. Lots of good information here. Where are we at? 71%, 2.5 minutes left. Thank you, Chaotic, for those gifted subs. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And this is the guide. So you can see in the chat we have a guide for you, Mr. Fourth Street. Awesome. Is that 4th Street in DC? Let me know. Thank you. There's a guide there that'll walk you through all like the basics. It has links there. We've edited it twice, so it's the second version. We'll edit it again soon. But yeah, there's a guide there as well. See, okay, so good, London. Did that as well. Queen Maine, awesome, awesome. So let's see here. Yes, Studio Chatter, thank you. Yes, yes, thank you to you both. New York. Okay, good, good. Oh, so salty. Good to see you here. Thank you for the follow. Nice as well. Um, okay, okay. All right, where are we at? 1.5 minutes left, 71%, level 4. Congratulations, Linda. That's good. Linda, tell us what are you streaming and when are you streaming? So let us know that. Oh, and then Jen put this here as well. Yeah, check out that guide, Miss Vel, and let me know because that's really helpful. Feel free to share it as well. It's really helpful. There you go. So this is good. These are the instructions to change the colors as well. You're welcome, Queen May. Thank you. Retro Soul, thank you for those bits. Where we have a minute left. Good girl, goodies. Thank you for the bits. We just cruising along up the Pacific Coast Highway on this hype train as well. Oh, Darth Vader, what's up? So I found Darth Vader. We were on what stream were we on? Was it Kova's? It was Kova's stream. So yeah, we were at Tweak Music Tips on Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday. And Darth Vader's on there. So amazing. Thank you for joining us today. I really love the information you were sharing, Darth Vader. Make sure you follow him. He has some cool sets that he does. So awesome as well. Awesome. Where are we at? Level 4, 79%. Okay, here we go. This is good. This is good. All right, so I'm going to do this really quickly. All right, so let's see. Let me get my questions ready. So that's the hype train there. And it's a great name. Yes. The color name, we'll continue to follow up with you, Trish, on this also. And I know that Jen can reach out to you and show you that as well. So we'll do that too as well. Good. So we got to level 3 of the hype train. Awesome work. Good job. So that's good. All right, now let me bring my guest here. Let me see how I want to do this. Let's change it for here. Let me see if I can do this the right way. So I want to change this up here. Let's do if I can do that. Yes. All right. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. Achilles, welcome
Check 1,
to
2. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Awesome. Awesome.
How's
So
it going, man?
it's going well. So we want to welcome Achilles to our stream. Let me take off this banner. And first thing we want to do is tell the listeners where you're located right now. Where are you right now?
I am in Melbourne, Australia, so other side of the world.
So right now it is Tuesday for you, correct?
It is. It is Tuesday, 12:30 p.m.
Awesome.
noon.
Awesome. 12:30 p.m. Tuesday. That's so wild to me. So that's awesome.
I'm from the
First,
future.
yes, you're from the future. That's amazing. Yes. Um, how did you, I always ask my guests this, how did you first find Twitch and what inspired you to stream?
Um, for me, it was pretty straightforward. I started streaming on Instagram like 2 or 3 times, and they kept taking me down, obviously, because of their copyright rules. And I thought, well, what other platforms are there available? And I had no idea about Twitch, what it was. This is only like earlier in the year we're talking. So yeah, I moved over to Twitch, and I was aware of it because of gaming, but I
Right.
was never I was never a viewer. So yeah, that's how I
Cool.
got onto Twitch.
And why did you want to stream? Once kind of pandemic happened and lockdown happened, what inspired you to stream?
So in April of this year, I got made redundant from my day job, so I had all this time. on my hands, and COVID was kind of happening, and because I've always made music and I've always DJed, I've had breaks in between, but I was getting back into DJing, and so it was just I had no aspirations at all for it, and I just started doing it for fun. And I thought maybe one or two people might want to watch me while I do it, and
Okay.
that was pretty much it. And it just grew from there.
I love to ask this question as well. If you could go back, and I think you started like March, April, right? Like March timeframe?
My first stream was April 15th or something like that, halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been in it for like almost 7 months. But we want to go back and talk to Achilles the day before you started your first stream and give him advice based on what you know now. What advice would you give yourself?
I could write a book. How much
Well,
time
tell
you
us
got?
a few of the chapters. Tell us a few of the chapters.
Uh, Man, yeah. I think there's so much. Every single stream, I'm still learning. Like, and I think some of the biggest, or some of the what appealed to people about my stream in the beginning was kind of how uh, DIY it was. My first stream had terrible lighting, terrible cameras. I was doing my best. Like, I had a camera over my decks and stuff, and it was not pretty compared to what I do now. Even now, it's not that great, but it's a lot better than what I had then. So I
Hmm.
think the first thing would be setting up the aesthetic of your stream properly.
Hmm.
Just maybe having a look at other streams and seeing what works and what doesn't. Another thing, I'd probably turn my viewer counts off.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to that. Go ahead. Good.
Yeah, yeah. And try and think about I think a lot of it comes down to actually being involved on Twitch and seeing what works in other people's streams and trying to see what you can apply to your own stream. So spending a lot of time on Twitch and trying to add value to your stream. I think I would tell myself before you get too far ahead of yourself, see what other people are doing and get involved in the community. And yeah, but like I
Okay.
said, there's so many things that I could have told myself.
Yes. So I'm glad you caught that, Victoria. So why would you turn the viewer count off? Tell us why.
It adds absolutely nothing to your mental health. Absolutely nothing. It doesn't help like in any way. It doesn't. There's nothing that you gain out of knowing how many viewers are watching. So the only thing for me that it was doing was if you are fluctuating in viewers as you do, um, and I know Tyler said something similar because I watched when you interviewed him. It's pretty straightforward. It plays with your head when you don't. There's enough things playing with your head when you're streaming. You don't need any more extra stress.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I learned this late. Like, I learned it and I've been stressing it. So I learned late, but I'm happy I learned it. I covered up myself. When you say get involved, what is ways that you have gotten involved and how has that helped your stream?
You mean with other communities,
Yeah,
or
like when you say get involved to like help grow your stream. What do you mean when you say that? What's an example of what you've done?
so yeah, going when you're new on Twitch, I guess as a streamer, or in my shoes, I was new to the whole platform, so I was learning how everything was working. I think just being active in other people's chats, not self-promoting blatantly because that's kind of rude, but if people, even if you have a name in your username like music or DJ or whatever, people that in itself will cause people to sometimes click on your profile and see what's going on. So yeah, just being active and not having any expectations, but just uh, joining people's Discord, and to a point, you don't want to spend like all your time making other people's streams better and other people's Discords better when you have no time to work on your own. But yeah, just networking, I think, to sum it
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Do you ever think about the international crowd when you stream? Because you're streaming from Australia. Are you just focused on your fellow Australians, or do you think about like UK, US, like
It's funny you asked this because I actually in my Discord just before posted the country breakdown of where my viewership comes from. So this is I'll give you the top five: 46% US,
wow,
17% Australia. So to put that,
17%?
yeah, not no, not even half of the US viewership. Then it's United Kingdom 7%, Germany 5%, Canada 5%, Netherlands 2%, etc. So yeah, absolutely. My whole stream is and timing is really important as well. Streaming from another country. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I think about a lot.
So now that you know that 46% of your viewers come from the US, do you plan your sets that are around kind of daytime in the US, or you just kind of go when you feel as best works for you?
At first, I kind of by accident was streaming at a good time. So I didn't have a, I was very late with the schedule, organizing a schedule. That's something I would say get onto straight away if you're a new streamer. But I was streaming quite late at night, Australian time, which was picking up all the extremely late night viewers from the US. So
Yes.
there was a bit of a gap in the market at that point because there weren't many other streamers on. So a lot of people were gravitating to my channel. Um, but yeah, now I think about it slightly similar. It's good to experiment with different times,
Hmm.
but don't have expectations, I think, because sometimes you'll stream at a time and it's super competitive and you might have a really bad stream compared to your other streams, but it's good. It's a learning experience, I think. So yeah.
I like that. How do you compare the music or DJ scene from Melbourne, where you're from, to kind of other areas of the world? What's the comparison?
Melbourne has I'm not hugely into the commercial clubbing scene here in Melbourne personally, but not that there is any at the moment, to
No,
begin with.
yeah,
But Melbourne's known for its heavy party atmosphere. There's the Melbourne Sound, which is like a subgenre of music. Um, Overseas, it's and particularly on Twitch, I think there's been a massive following or shift. All the trans community is extremely strong here on Twitch. Probably the biggest subculture here. It doesn't
hmm,
necessarily reflect the real world, the genres of music that people are interested in. But I've always been a huge trance head. It's not the music I produce, but um, I listen to a state of trance every week, and it's certainly important, I think, to figure out what your market is and what kind of music resonates with people the most.
So just to summarize, like, what's the main kind of genres that you choose to play on your streams for the most part?
That's a good question. What I play quite a lot of music, and it's kind of not something I'd recommend because it's better to find a niche. But I play progressive, I play house music, I play trance. I think
Yes,
I consider myself an electronic dance music enthusiast. So I really like a lot of different genres. Um, you just can't keep up with all the genres, so
right,
it's
right.
impossible. But uh, as a producer as well, you kind of have to be aware of what's going on in the scene. So yeah, I play house, progressive trance, but every now and then I'll do, like, I used to have a Tech House Tuesday stream where I just play Tech House. Thursday, like, I kind of theme my nights. Thursdays I do progressive and trance, and then Saturday night main stage. Um, yeah. Now I'm not as strict with those
Right.
themes,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So you're a partner here on Twitch. How long did it take for you to get partner, and then what was that journey like? Because many of us we're working towards it. Some of us are more focused than others, but that's a goal. Talk to us about your process and your journey for that.
Um, yeah. So partner was something I never even thought about at the start. I didn't even know what a partner was for the first few months, man. To be honest,
That's cool
but
though. Yeah.
yeah, I just initially I thought the blue tick was just kind of like the Instagram blue tick, like if you're a celebrity or something. It's it actually hasn't made a huge difference. The best thing is the emotes.
Yes.
Um, it's interesting how you view a partner before you're a partner and after. I didn't expect to be approved first time. Or I consider myself fairly lucky that I was, and I think I don't know, but I have some theories as to why that was. But it's not. It's almost something that I'd say don't even strive for, or even though it is good to have goals, because it doesn't make a huge difference in the big scheme of things. So my community is still the same. If anything, to be honest, there's some viewers who kind of get something out of supporting the small guys who tend to drop off once you become a partner. So
Yes.
yeah, the journey there was pretty steady. It wasn't my biggest month on Twitch. I think was August. So I
Okay.
had a big month August. I think it was just a culmination of uh, me being new on the platform and people discovering me, and also everyone being locked down in the world. Now the world's going back to lockdown. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Why do you feel it wasn't like worth it in your opinion? Why do you feel that way?
look, don't get me wrong. I don't think I think it was worth it. But it's definitely not as good as you
Yeah.
think you picture it as. I think it's the biggest things to be honest. You get a blue tick next to your name, right? So people, if you're in someone else's chat and you're just a username, no one is going to necessarily take notice. If you got a blue tick, people do think like if I see a blue tick in a chat that's relatively empty of blue ticks, oh, who's that? I'll check them out. So that's a good
Mm-hmm.
promotional tool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the other benefit is emotes, which are great. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, as far as overall quality to your, it doesn't add anything to your stream. It's literally just a blue tick, right? It adds emotes. It adds emotes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
emotes, that's all I want. I just want some more emotes, get my Michael McDonald, Brandy, piano, all those.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
You're
all
well
I
on the
want.
way, man. I think you've got a great channel. I've only discovered it fairly recently, but
Thank
you're
you.
doing really well. Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate that. What, oh, this is the question. I love asking questions, but one of my favorite ones is from the beginning of your time on Twitch, like say we're beginning of like April to now, what has been the one piece of technology that you've discovered that you can't live without?
that's a good question. Um, you know what? It's probably not super complicated. That I don't know if you can see that screen there behind me.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
just under the mic, it's right in the side of the room. That I
Okay.
didn't have that for a long time. It's an old screen that was actually given to me by one of my viewers who we became friends. He lives locally. He was throwing it out, and he's like, because I kept saying, oh, I wish I had a screen to view chat right
Yes.
under the
Yes.
camera.
Okay.
Um, that's honestly been a massive, massive help. Being able to look towards the camera and read chat, and not
Yeah.
have to always look to the side.
Side.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you're reminding me that maybe I should move my monitor because I have a monitor as well, but it's to my right instead of in front, like when I'm DJing as well. So that's a good tip there as well. Um, okay, so and that's
yeah,
something simple. Like you were given the monitor by a colleague, a friend, and it helped to kind of change just the way your stream goes.
for sure. Yeah, it doesn't have to be streaming. Doesn't have to be complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What do you feel is important when you're looking? So you're also a viewer. You go on different streams and you support and you follow. What is important as a viewer if you were talking to a new viewer to give them advice about Twitch? Because Twitch can be very overwhelming at first. So
Yeah.
how do you advise people who are new to the platform to not get too intimidated and just walk away?
As a viewer
Yes.
specifically, yeah. I think it takes some time, 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever, just to watch, and you don't have to have any pressure to participate in chat and just see what's going on. And because it is a learning curve, that's probably the biggest downside about Twitch. It's difficult to port people from the real world, right, or other forms of social media to Twitch
Right. Yeah.
because it is a little bit intimidating at first. I think when I see new people in my chat, I make it a point to welcome them. I have a welcome command. I try and ask them questions without making them put on the spot or anything, but just making people feel welcome is something that I try and do a lot of because I know what it's like when you're new to a chat or you go to a channel you've never been before and you say hello and no one responds and it's kind of like, oh, you feel like it's a clicky or whatever. So I think actually other viewers have the biggest role to play there in making people feel welcome. But as a viewer, don't take it personally if you're not welcomed, especially if a chat's moving too fast, because it's hectic. Like I notice people tagging me, and I don't mean to be rude in the chat or like, hello everyone. I can only do one thing at a time. I'm not
Right.
multitasking. But often
Yeah.
when you're streaming, it's like that as well. Particularly when I do like sit down production streams or I'll speak and then I'll read chat and I'll speak whatever. So don't take it personally if people seem to ignore you. Just keep hacking away.
I'm glad you mentioned production streams because you also do production streams and then DJ streams. Why did you decide to do that, and how does that like make you feel? Because I love the production 'cause that shows a different side of you compared to DJing. What was your motivation to starting kind of that type of content?
But if you were to ask me like who's Achilles, I'm an artist and producer. I'm songwriter first, number one. So that's I enjoy those more than the DJ streams quite often. DJing is like just a way for artists in electronic music to showcase their music. It's an art form, but particularly with electronic music, yeah, a lot of DJs just mix one song into the next, and that's fine, and that's quite often what we do on Twitch. I think production streams for me is just more what I'm really passionate about. So they don't get anywhere near as many viewers, um, but they provide an educational aspect to my channel. So I think there's different things you can do to add value to your stream, and one of them is diversifying and increasing your educational content. And even if it doesn't seem to be paying off at first, I think in the long term you'll have more long term support because of that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's my methodology behind it.
Okay.
Flossi's
So
asking if I have any releases coming out soon. Yes, on
yes.
Friday
So tell
next.
on Friday. So tell us about your releases and tell us about did you grow up with any musical training? Kind of tell us how you became an artist as well.
I've always kind of made music behind the scenes. That's why if you go on my Spotify, there's only three official release. Or yeah, as of now, there's only 3 official singles because I only really relaunched it this year. But I started playing piano as a kid, which I hated, but I'm so grateful for.
Yes, that music theory is irreplaceable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so thank you, mum and dad, for forcing me to learn piano because it was a really strong basis, and it's something I tell anyone who wants to get into music, learn the basics of piano. It's gonna help you so much in the long term. And yeah, I was in high school and I started making beats on FL Studio. I was really into hip hop. I had a friend of mine who was a beat maker, and he's like, "Hey, you should check out this program." And this was a long time ago. This was like FL 7 Days. I don't know if anyone
Mhm,
is familiar with that program, but yeah, it started from there, and then I started getting into other genres of music, electronic music. As soon as I was like 18, I was going to music festivals, and yeah, I just found my niche. I've always been an enthusiast, I think, of a lot of different types of music,
mhm.
so
Awes
it kind of grew from there. And oh yeah, I probably should mention I did uh, a lot of ghost producing slash songwriting, song pitching, which is kind of like trying to write records for other artists and pitch it to them. And that was my journey up until
Yeah.
this point.
What do you feel is next for you? What's next?
Um, I want to keep coming out with my goal this year was to have a release every 1 to 2 months, and I've done that in the second half of this year. Um, it's really, really hard as an artist right now to stand out. So you really just got to work harder than the next person because there's so much good music, like so much really, really good records getting dropped every single week. I do a podcast on Saturdays. I record it, and every week I struggle to bring it down to an hour because there's
Okay.
just so much good music.
Yeah.
Um, and so next for me is just keep pumping out those releases, keep consistent with Twitch, even if I have to go down to say once a week or something.
Mhm.
Try and build on that following because it's been the most rewarding thing that I've done for my uh, small, humble fan base, I guess. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So I want to ask you, why has it been the most rewarding? Then I have two more follow-up questions to that.
sure. It's been the most rewarding because it's probably, I think I hit it at the right time. Unbeknownst to me, I hit it at the right time. So the growth was quite accelerated up until this point. Twitch music section, I think, has dropped, not dropped off, but it's flattened out
Mhm.
now. So yeah, it is harder if you're trying to start now. It's like any platform that you sometimes notice artists hit it at the right time and they become ambassadors of that platform, right? So I think I think for me, it was rewarding because it was just getting in touch with heaps of people who are enthusiastic about music, fellow like-minded people who were happy just to sit and or while they're at work or while they're exercising or whatever, and join my stream. And that goes for a lot of DJs on Twitch. People are lacking being able to go out and enjoy events, and particularly in the electronic music community. So yeah, that's why it's been the most rewarding.
Amazing. Well, congrats to you. How has Discord allowed you to grow and cultivate your community? Because you have a very active and a very thorough Discord. I really am impressed. So explain kind of what role that's had in your community development.
I honestly don't. I think I do my best with Discord, but I think some other people's Discords are far more like better. I think Discord is sort of essential if you're a streamer. Starting it early, I was on it fairly late. It's one of those things. That's probably another thing I would have told myself from day one: start Discord now instead of a couple months down the track, because it. And I've heard other viewers say it. They'd say things like Discord makes Twitch better, and it's a way to kind of connect with the stream. It's like a social network in a way. It's a closed social network, but it's open because anyone can join. So yeah, it's just another social network that makes it easier to post your content and open channels that are specific to, say, the nuances of your stream. Like, for example, I have unique channels. Like, I've got one for food, one for pets. There's just a couple memes that are like known in my community that we talk about and have a laugh about. So yeah, it's just community building and something positive to people. Sometimes every day sort of check in and drop a photo of their pet doing something cute.
Yeah.
Just silly
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know.
I also wanted to recognize on your tier 3 subscription level, is it tier 2 or tier 3? You have a one-on-one session where people can do a producer session with you. Can you explain to that what's included? Because there are some producers in the chat, so they might want to,
Right.
subscribe and take advantage of that. So tell us about that.
For sure. Actually, I think Flossie's in the chat, and she's queen of tier 3 at the moment. So yeah, she's one of them. I think what I'm trying to do there is still in early stages, but it's pretty much just we have these tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 subscriptions that and I personally am guilty of this. We didn't take advantage of them and a lot of streamers don't take advantage of them. It actually took me ages to realize that you get a higher revenue share for those tiers as well. So I think it's really important to add something extra, whatever you can provide. So for me, that's sitting down and having a conversation with someone, or like a feedback session, or any educational sort of value that I can give to someone. Because as a producer as well, it's hard to find good feedback. It's hard to get people to other producers to actually sit down and listen to and analyze your music and say, I think this works, I think that works. Because in general, people can tell whether it's a good song or a bad song, but they can't tell you specifics. So I think it's a bit muddy in this area. I think you need to work on your mixing and mastering, whatever. So yeah, that's something that's really valuable and hard to find that I try and provide for people at tier 3.
I recommend subscribing at tier 3, especially the producers out there. I know there's some producers in the building, so hopefully they'll heed that suggestion. Just to kind of close off and finish off the interview, because this has been spectacular. Thank you very much again. What advice would you give to, I'll ask you 2 times, to new streamers who are just getting on the platform and looking to grow and have some success?
Yeah, so it took me a while to figure out, and this is probably something that you'll hear on a lot of stream coaches say. There's 3 things that are important to a stream. I think, and I wrote them down here because I thought you might ask me a question like this. And and they're kind of they each add something different. So number 1, aesthetic; number 2, entertainment; and number 3, education. Those are the 3 things that you can focus on to bring value to your stream. Aesthetic is a lot of short-term gain, not a lot of long-term engagement. Entertainment factor is kind of more balanced, and educational value is far more niche. So you might not get the short-term benefits, but long-term you'll get a lot of more loyal following. So what you're doing here, for example, is an amazing example, probably the
Yeah,
best example I've seen so far on Twitch of an educational value stream. You
thank you.
can't be good at everything, but try and at least focus on one or two of those things and give people a reason. Like think about why you stay in streams and give people a reason to be there instead of just because at the start you kind of, especially if you're getting a few viewers, sometimes it can be hard to or understand why people are watching you. So figuring that out is really important and capitalizing on that.
Awesome. Would that advice change for people who maybe are more experienced? Like if you're going to give some of the more experienced streamers in the chat, how would that advice change?
I think I wouldn't change too much. I honestly am not that experienced of a streamer myself. I have to say that disclaimer. But
Yeah.
I've certainly learned a lot in this year. So I think you just learn more about what your demographic is, what your target audience is, and yeah, capitalize on that. So for example, from myself, the production streams, I noticed that I'll change my tag to music production instead of DJ, and you'll get some random people in who are producers, and certainly not as many because that's not my main audience. But and then they'll keep coming back for other content that I provide. Like I give out my mashups and remixes and stuff for free
Hmm.
on my SoundCloud and things like that. It's a good way to and cross branding. That's probably another thing. So trying to build your socials up in other areas like SoundCloud, Instagram, YouTube is a big one that it's probably the hardest one to get started on. But yeah,
Hmm.
just other developing your presence online and being a overall, like if someone Googles your name, you want to be the first person that comes up. Obviously, that's not always possible, but
Right.
if you want to make it easy for people to find you and your content long term, and that'll
Right.
build long term engagement.
Awesome. Well, Achilles, thank you very much for joining us on Twitch. You've been quite informative, gave us such great information. People, first, I know our mods will definitely put your link so people can follow you. But just thank you again. Put some ones and some hearts in the chats for Achilles. Make sure you check out his streams. It's so much fun. And just thank you very much for joining us.
No worries, man. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, thank you, chat as well. I'm so sorry if I've missed questions. Please just DM me, or I'll get back to everyone. But yeah,
Awesome.
thanks for having me, man. It's an amazing thing that you're doing here.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining the family. So we'll see you soon. And happy
I'll be back.
Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you.
Thanks,
Cool.
man.
All right.
Have a good
Take
one.
care. You too. All right, so that was Achilles music. That was great here. Thank y'all for putting the ones and the hearts in the chat. So we have Kova that's coming up next with Tweet Music Tips. I'm going to show you a quick music video. A lot of people ask about, hello, Mama Barnes. I see you there. Good to see you. Thank you for coming by. A lot of people ask about casting Twitch to their TV and they have trouble with it. So there's this app that I found that I think would work well. So I'm going to show you a video about that app. And in the chat, you can share how do you cast Twitch to your TV? What do you use? Let me find this video here. You just wait. Okay, so I'm gonna put this app in. Keep making comments. All right. So that's a quick video. If anyone has used that app before, let us know. But yeah, some good stuff in here about people who have used different things. So if that app, I just want to share that because that's another way. That's good though. This is all really good stuff here. So great Advice here, Twitch. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, Jen. Good, good, nice. Some people, that's good. Chromecast, keep sharing. That's good. Um, awesome. Good, good. Games Bond, good. Hello, Cherries on Top Music. Thank you very much for interviewing me today on your Instagram channel. That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Awesome. All right, we're right on time here. 6 o'clock. It's time for our next guest. DJ Kova's in the building. Let me bring him on here and switch out really quickly. Kova.
Hey, what's going on? You guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can. You sound great here. So I'm gonna let Kova introduce himself because he's got a long list of accomplishments and everything he's done. So Kova, tell us about Kova really quickly, and then we'll get to the Twitch talk.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm a DJ, remixer, producer. I mix and master, so I mix and master people's records. I do artist development, which I've done for a while because I worked at a label and did A&R stuff. Chanel B, what's up? Oprah Winfrey, you're in here.
Yes.
That's so funny. How are you? I host a weekly video show that I just have come to terms with because I have a lot of commas, obviously, but this is one that is new to me, which is Broadcaster, and I do a show called Tweak Music Tips Live, which is on. I do pop-up shows on Tuesday. I do streaming show on Wednesday. That's become very, very popular. And Friday, I do a DJ Music Industry State of the Union, which is basically DJs from all over the world, from some of the top guys that travel all over, and we talk shop. So, and then that Tuesday show, I do I have CC Peniston coming up. We also have White Shadow, which is Lady Gaga's producer, coming up, and I mean a bunch of people. We had Little John on, which Imani, I know you were on. You got to check out. So stuff like that.
Yeah. So what drew me to Kova's channel was Tweak Music Tips. He was just like we're doing today, just teaching people about Twitch, giving them advice, sharing stories, and that really kind of, if we can do that together, that really kind of just makes me feel happy because there's so much opportunity for us. So that's what brought me to your show. First of all, tell the people, is CC coming by tomorrow or is it next Tuesday?
So CC is tomorrow we have a mod appreciation day. So any mods in here that are in there, we're trying to they got the tweak. Thank you so much, guys. Chris Fader, shout out to you with the emote. DJ Avera Music is in the building. What's up to her? She's one of my mentees. She's really, really talented. Shout out to her. Sorry. So tomorrow we have a mod appreciation, which is like a pop-up show and strictly mods. Anybody who mods channels, from small in between streamers to the largest, people that with 1,000+ viewers. We have them on, and they're going to be talking shop because we're trying to teach people about that whole part of the aspect of it. Sorry. So going to answer your question, 17th, so not this Tuesday. Next Tuesday is CC Peniston. The week after that is White Shadow, which is Lady Gaga's producer.
Awesome. Good. Well, we're going to tune in Tuesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, and then next Tuesday as well. Tell us, how did you find Twitch and what inspired you to start your show on Twitch?
Yeah, so this is a good question. Big shout out to everybody on here. Sorry, really quickly. Mr. Nate, what's up? I just want to do a couple of shout outs. I can't not do it. I even got my sound. Oh, I had my sound effect. Queen May, what's up? Victoria, top 4, what's up? Maida, what's up? Cherries on Top Music, what's up? Queen the Queen, Dean the Queen, what's up? Flossy DJ, I see you. I heard stories about you. You guys went to school together. I like that. CC66. Shanda do 22. A Chili's music.
Achilles, yes.
Achilles music. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was on, wasn't he? Or Queen.
Yeah,
Queen,
he was just on. Achilles was just on. Yeah.
I like that. Miss Capricorn, DJ Sega. I am DJ Fox. What's up, family? How you doing today? Art One Funk Fox. What's up? I'm sorry, Lyndon. Is it Nueves? What's up? How are you?
I think it's Nuves. I believe
we
talked
what's
about
up?
Last week. Yeah.
DJ Crack, what's up? I see everybody. I'm sorry. I want to go through the names. It's like an OCD thing with me. If I don't shout you guys out, I don't feel like I'm doing you justice. Anyway, so really quickly, and people dropping off just because I like. Shut up. So your question was, what brought me? So I started like everyone else. I wanted to do something with podcasting. And then podcasting just seemed like a lot for me to wrap my head around. And also, I don't like the being recorded aspect without interaction. So I ended up deciding in January I was going to do lives, Facebook Lives. So I started like most people, and I tried to dive into the Facebook Live with Yellow Duck and incorporating the two and simulcasting, but that was one big disaster. And even the whole phone thing was a disaster because the way Instagram, does things. So right around the pandemic, I found a secret sauce. I thought I was like the king guy right there. I found this Be Live TV. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it's really cool. And they were one of the first that I saw. I saw it for a real estate channel, and they had a really sleek look, basically like this. But they were one of the first that I knew of. I'm not saying that others weren't around, but so it was very CNN with the clicker ticker thing
The ticker.
on the bottom, ticker on the bottom. And yeah, man. So it was really cool, and I did it, and then I kind of slept on Twitch for a very long time. I slept on the whole community, and I did this really complicated thing where I would go from my computer to another computer, and then we would use Restream and Ecamm, and I would try to. It was this fiasco. So one day it died, and then I completely left it and went to StreamYards. And when I went to StreamYards, that's when I really started with Twitch. So I started Twitch about 2.5 months ago. I want to say, and we've grown a lot, man. I literally shout out to everybody in there, man. You guys, thank you so much because they rock with us here. Because there's some day ones in here that literally, I mean, we started Facebook and we were Facebook. I even had a little emote that was like share. It was actually Share the singer. So
Yeah.
what somebody made the catch line on the show, and they had Share, and they kept bringing it up.
All right.
I thought it was cool, but yeah. So then we got into Twitch 2.5 months ago, and honestly, I mean, I think the community is amazing. Thank you everybody here who's on, and I absolutely love it. Darth Vader, what's up, family? How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
when you're on Twitch, so that's how you found Twitch. What do you feel is important? Because you look at a lot of channels, and so you see a lot of streamers, and you're the viewer because you stream, but you're a viewer at a lot of channels. What do you feel is important for streamers to have and to do on their channels for them to grow and be successful?
Mr. Nate, what's up? I think one of the things that they have to do is they have to see. This is a completely different. You have to remember that we're in a really revolutionary time, right? Due to this pandemic. Now, I want to digress a little bit just to kind of bring it. I want to reel it in. So our grandparents that have been very reluctant to technology, and some of us too, older, have been very reluctant to certain things like technology. Everyone's kind of caught up now. You know what I mean? Like grandma that didn't use her phone to FaceTime now FaceTimes or does whatever, Skype, Zoom, whatever, due to necessity. So one of the things that, because I want to just bring that home with the point is that we all look for connectivity with people. So right now we're in a revolutionary time because broadcasting has become something where you could watch, the late show or whatever it is, whoever you're watching, you know what I mean? Somebody during the day now. I can't even think of somebody, but let's think of somebody who's on during the day.
Oprah Winfrey used to be.
Oprah Winfrey, there we go. Oprah Winfrey, they're a good example. So, but imagine if Oprah Winfrey could be on the screen, and at the same time, while you're on the screen, it can come up on the screen just like you did, Amani, or Oprah could just go through a list of people and just start shouting people out that are live viewers. It's a completely different time where the broadcaster has now become the connectivity. And I think it's even more popular than just conventional radio. Like I can't remember the last time I turned on a radio in my car to even, and if you don't have a car, you don't even know what radio is. And, and certain people with certain age ranges. So I think it's something where, we're at a good time where I feel like engagement, connectivity to people, content is so important. Like content is like if you give valuable content, like Amani's a great example. Like, you know what I mean? Here's 115 of you, 113 of you right now, just connecting.
We're learning together.
Learning, connecting, teaching, sharing. I mean, some of these things could get emotional, right? Some people start streaming for other reasons, right?
Yes.
I saw your thing the other day. I was watching your thing and on your Instagram, and you were talking about how you streamed for 54 days straight.
Yes. Flossie
right?
and I, she's in here as well. Flossie and I, yeah, she did 55 days. Yes.
55 days, right? Shout out to Flossie. And you contributed her to challenge you to say, hey, let's keep going. Let's do every day. And something like that, I think is really, this is a time which is really, I don't know, unique to other times where, because of the restrictions we have of normal life, we're really finding new ways to connect. And that's the thing, as humans, I think we're on here. So to answer your question, connectivity. So anybody who engages, anybody who connects, anybody who reaches out, anybody who does something. So whether it's playing music, whether it's a talk show, I don't believe everybody should have a talk show, by the way. I don't think everybody has the personality for it. Whether it's teaching, whether it's sports, you know what I'm saying? Like something that's going to connect people, like something that does it. I think, that's something that we're doing. And I think as long as you do something with that, then you'll be fine.
Out of all the guests that you've had on Tweak Music Tips and during your discussions about Twitch, what has been some of the most impactful advice that your guests have shared with you that you've kind of applied to your Twitch stream and to your professional life?
I think it's two things. So I'll split up. So a guest, I would say, their way to connect to fans, I think, is a really important thing. So I think that's something that's very important. And some of these people have been very emotional about it, due to things that they go through. Another thing too, I think that we kind of forget, and I mean, you've seen some of the people that we've done, like are very, is that I tend to humanize them or attempt to find that very personal element. I don't put them on a pedestal or really stroke them a lot. Like, it's more about really connecting with them. And the reason why I do that is not that I don't admire some of the guests, because I really do. I mean, like, I had Todd Terry, which I'm a big house guy, and I don't know if you guys, any house people in the chat, hit me with the ones. Hit me the ones.
Put the ones in the chat if you're a house fan. Keep going.
Hit me the ones. Just so I know I'm not alone. But I think one of the things that's really interesting about that is that, it's the way for them to have a connection to their fans and a connection to even their art, So I feel like, there's a lot of them. Dave O'Day tends to be very, he's a Grammy-winning remixer producer, and he tend to be very disconnected from his fans. I would say I wouldn't say, but he was very open. I think he was really good. A Fat Man Scoop with somebody else we did who was really cool. That had, their perspective on it, and they were kind of going through it. And what's funny is that some of us think that because they have a little more of an edge, or they've been out and have maybe more reach, their money slapped like we did when they couldn't tour.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that a lot of us, really got to experience with them. And, like I said, it was something they got to do with me. Now, I kind of want to piggyback off that, because I was telling you this, and I think it's really important. The fact that 2 months ago, 8 weeks ago, I've discovered I was a broadcaster. So somebody interviewed me like you, and then they were like, a broadcaster, amongst all the things, they were like, broadcaster. I was like, broadcaster. And I told my girl, I don't know if she's in here. Shout out to her if she's in here. She is. Marcelina Cha-Cha-Cha. Give her the ones. There she goes with the ones. So one of the things that she was the one that told me, she's like, dude, you stream 3 times a week, you go crazy with this thing, you're trying to shuffle guests, etc. And I think that's one of the things that is very, very important, that the connectivity to even, like I'm saying, how they connected and how they needed it, to also how we needed it. You know what I mean? How it's something that got us through this thing. So it's very, really, really important. I hope I kind of answered your question.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're good. You just, we'll guide you along the pathway as we go.
Please.
When you talk to new streamers, because you have a lot of new streamers that come to your stream and maybe hit you up in the DMs, whispers as well. What is maybe 2 or 3 pieces of advice you give new streamers who are just coming to Twitch and are looking to establish a presence and grow?
Don't worry about your technology. Worry about your presence. Don't start tomorrow. Start today. In fact, start right after the stream.
Yes.
And don't be afraid to suck, because you're gonna suck. You will, and it's just part of the process. So it's, when you look at your first stream, you'll cringe. Funny story, on Facebook, I had a memory, and it was like literally, but probably a month ago, and I had 1 year ago today, and there I am talking to the camera, and I'm like live, and I'm like, yeah, so yeah. So, and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm reading the notes, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And it was like, and it took me like 10 minutes, and I finally got to my point, right, which I can deviate, but the funniest thing about it was, you could just tell by my body language, like, I wasn't very comfortable in front of the camera, and that had been from years because I had tried to do the YouTube tutorial thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not my bag, and it's because I need the engagement. So, but that's the point, right? Is I started with the YouTube, the tutorials, the trying to do it. It was like too many takes. I would mess up the words. My girl one time was trying to record me. I was doing something where, I was doing what's that called? Something about something we were giving away. We give it. That's why they call me Oprah Winfrey, by the way, because every show was giving something away. So we're giving away like
Swamp just showed up too.
Swamp is the one that enabled it. He's the one. He gets full credit for that. He gets full credit. Actually, let me get my sound effects here. I gotta get my sound effects up. Swamp is the one that totally tagged it. So shout out to Swamp, the DJ from the Bay. Shout out to them. By the way, I'm from New York, so that's another thing I'm saying to you guys. Like, don't forget that these things. Like, think about it. You're in LA, right? Mm-hmm. I'm right outside of New York, and here we are talking like.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's people from all over the world. In fact, guys, I want you to tell me where you're from, city, and state. Let me know. Let us know in the chat.
We just talked to Achilles. He's in Melbourne, Australia. It's Tuesday afternoon there. That's amazing. That's amazing. Like, yeah. I'm curious, like, how do you view your growth? So you grew 2.5 months, you started, you've already put your application in for partner. You probably have a lot of people that come to you and are concerned, maybe I'm not growing very fast, or I want to be partner, or they're just so kind of caught up with that. What advice do you share with them?
You just let the cat out the bag because I didn't tell anybody, Amani. But
breaking news.
Except for his breaking news. Just so you know, he let it go here. Here's what I'm gonna do for you. I gotta give some of these people Lady Tree 6, what'd she say? Pittsburgh, Just Jen, Bay Area, Mr. Nate, New York. Shout out to you, fam. How are you? Look, I am DJ Fox, Tuscan, Arizona. Darth Vader, what up? Yeah, I know. Look, Darth Vader. My graphics guy. He's not only my confidant, he's my graphic guy. Wow, I didn't know that. Look at that.
Well, you come to the show. My bad.
It's okay. DJ Chaotic Connecticut, what's up? Cruz, NYC. Vivian Lee, I'm from Harlem, and living in LA. Look at that. DJ Miss Classy, Baltimore, Maryland. Miss Veal, Denver. Let's see. All right, cool. I want to keep shouting you guys, but I also want to DJ Fudge, ATL. Here we go. DJ Valdermix, Cincinnati. All right. I think. What was your question?
Just talking about like wearing, making partner, going to partner. I always ask them, like, how do you keep your mental sanity? Is really what I'm asking, and not worry about it too much.
So funniest thing is, okay, so there's many parts to that. Main thing I would tell you is don't worry about partner because the check doesn't give you validate you. So Miss Ninja, shout out to DJ Miss Ninja. She was on a show and somebody asked this very same question, and they asked, what if I have 4 viewers? No, what if I only have 4 viewers? And her response was, those 4 viewers are there for you. Talk to them, engage with them. And what's funny is that was a blow to me too, because I had also been chasing that partner badge. And, at the time there was no goal line in sight. And what's funny is that is totally, I think, the one thing that really changed the game. So what I tell you guys is first work on your presence, obviously how you talk. I mean, Amani's very well spoken, amazing communicator, right? Very good educator, excellent educator. So here he is, right? So when he's on here and he's doing his thing, I mean, think about it. Like you're captivated. You're looking at him like, okay, what's he gonna say? Where's it going with this? What's whatever he's so understand that took practice. And what's funny about him is he was doing all kinds of podcasts prior, right? And he studies people from speaking to him. He studies people and he's very good at it. So one of the things I want to say to you is like, make sure you work on what how you're communicating, work on your stream, on how it looks, etc. I don't want to make that's definitely not number 1. I would do number 2. I mean, obviously his cool bookshelf in the back is very important, right? With his books, I'm sure his book is, by the way, he's an author. I don't know if you guys
it's right there. Yes.
There let's give him the claps. Where's the claps?
Hilarious.
We got to give him on his show the thing. So yeah,
I need some sound effects. Yes.
There we go. So Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So worry about that second, and then the other thing is really start doing your thing and see if you can give people value, man. Because if you can give people value, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna tell all you guys on here, I had no idea what I was doing. We had only thing I was doing was selfishly, and it was selfishly not only for me but for my the people that mentor with me. Uh, I would have this Tuesday show that I wanted to bring in people that I either worked with or had ties to or one degree of separation, something, right? Where I can bring these people up on and ask them questions that they would want to hear, or maybe things that would help them, maybe pull it out of them. And it was so funny is I would tell people the same exact advice, but because it came from me, it was like whatever.
Yeah.
And but
Yeah.
because it came from example that Todd Terry interview, I never forget a guy made 5 records because of the Todd Terry interview. Like bam, 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 and it was like he
Amazing.
was like, but Todd Terry said, and I was like, and I'm in my head, I'm thinking to myself like, oh, I told him this 100 times. And then but then I had to humble myself and say like, okay, well, Todd Terry told him this, but I mean, maybe he needed to hear from him. I mean, my music didn't reach him like his did. So, and then that was one of the things. So, I did this selfishly. And then the coolest thing is the Wednesday show was a complete fluke, right? You talked about it. Your Survivor show was
Yes.
popular, right? So what I'm getting at with this is you have to try things out and you can't be afraid to suck. So check this out. We did our Tuesday. I did my Friday show, and the only reason I did a Friday show in March was because coronavirus had just hit, right? The pandemic had just started. And I was like, well, I have a lot of friends all over the country. Why don't I go online and talk about this coronavirus and we could all figure it out? Now, what was ironic was New York was 2 weeks late to be shut down from, let's say, the Bay, right? And then I was watching people in Virginia Beach, which is really 4.5 hours away from us, like partying on the beach, or Tampa, you know what I mean? Like where my sister's in Orlando and Tampa's like an hour and a half from her. And they were having these beach parties. And I'm like, is this really happening? And meanwhile, here's what's crazy. So let's think of Tampa regionally. Miami is maybe 3 hours from 4 hours, 3.5 hours, 4 hours from Tampa. And I was supposed to go to WMC Winter Music Conference. And our flight got canceled because Miami got shut down. We were literally, my girl will tell you how scared she was that we were going, and we were diehard going. And the guys that I was going with were even more diehard than I was. We were determined to get there. And till the point of like the whole thing got shut down. So what I'm getting at is that became a thing. And then my Tuesday show became the last resort. And I literally, I'll never forget, did our third show. Our first 2 people had a live stream, and our first 2 stream disconnected. So we didn't get to finish the show because that's how bad all this stuff was, and Wi-Fi and all this stuff. And then what ended up happening was, I'll never forget, our third show. I'm like, we're gonna do a few more of these, and then we'll end them. We'll end the stream. And we probably got to about 8, and I'm like, yeah, any week now I'm gonna end it, and our numbers doubled.
Yes.
And it boom doubled, and it was like, and then the Friday thing became a thing, and DJs wanted to see this DJs networking and talking shop about DJ stuff. And then the Tuesday show kind of became my only passion project because I was the only one on it, you know what I mean? And then fortunately we had like Little John and stuff on it that carried it along, but it's about figuring it out. And that's why, like I said, to bring it to you, I love that you had done the 54 days of streaming, and with that, just think about the analytics, the market research. You started getting these things right by doing different themes that started to work. So I would say to everybody on here, like, make sure you try things out, try themes. Themes are great. Try themes, and just do the things that feel right, and you'll come into your own. I hope I didn't go over on it, but I wanted to kind of give it context.
That's good. Don't worry. Just keep doing you. So I want to also transition and talk about mods, because you're having a mod appreciation day tomorrow. Also, fun fact for the chat that tomorrow is Kova's birthday. So it's his birthday tomorrow. So, he's doing mod appreciation on his birthday. So that's very selfless as well. How important are mods? There's some mods in here that are new. There's some experienced mods. What advice can you give to them about doing the mod work and also keeping it fresh? For example, there was a question, I believe Maddie asked a question, that how would you keep a stream active if someone's doing a 12, 18, or 24-hour set and you're the mod? How would you? So what advice, and then what would you do that? So kind of talk to us about that.
All right. So to answer that question first, I would probably do it in shifts. I mean, just like you would if you were doing a work shift. It's not realistic that you're going to be sitting in front of that computer or on your phone modding for 12 hours and you're not going to do a good job. So the person who's doing the 12-hour stream should probably spread it out, maybe 4 hours a piece. I don't know, that's something like three sets or whatever, 3 hours a piece, 4 sets, like something like that. So first thing I want to tell mods and especially streamers. So we had 12 mods, almost 20, on our way to 20, and nobody would show up. Someone would show up for 15 minutes. Someone would say, "Oh, I didn't make it today because I had a dentist appointment. I didn't do this, that." So let's get one thing straight: all mods are not created equal. Just like all streamers are not created equal, right? Some are consistent, inconsistent. Somebody asked here. I'm just going to answer the question. So when am I on? I'm on Tuesday pop-ups, Wednesday and Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific. If you're in the UK, I'm on 6 p.m. just in case. So you guys are. So Wednesday and Friday are very set days, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. So getting back to this. So now up until 6 weeks ago, just think about this. Now, 3-4 weeks ago, we had Little John on and we broke 357 live viewers.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now here's what's funny. We went from, I almost walked away from the show 2.5 months ago, where I got up and I had a day where everybody canceled, but we'll get into that later. But another issue added to the stress where I walked away was I didn't have the right mods. So my mods would periodically show up. It would be like, hey, put a link in the chat, and then crickets, and then there I am typing the link, putting on, you know what I'm saying? So, and it prevents the person who's doing the stream. So mods are very, very important piece of the puzzle. They move and they move chats. They help answers with chats. If we miss a question, our mod sends us the question. I mean, there's so many things that mods do, and mods are very underappreciated at the moment. But not all mods are created equal, and there's like that 5% mod thing. There's some elite mods. Now, fortunately for us, the last 6 weeks I've really been active with mods, and I asked two people. I don't know if they're in here, but shout out to them if they are in here. DZ and Swedish Ash.
Ashley, yeah.
Ashley, yeah. So DZ and Ashley are very, very good people. They're phenomenal mods. DZ's he was the first one I reached out to, and he's phenomenal. Like, and then now we have Marcy Baby, and who does like, I don't know, 14 rooms like mods, and
yes,
Ash is the same. I think DZ does like 4, but he subs on a lot of mods and always helps out. Even when he's not modding, he's modding.
Right.
So he's that good. And then we got Bettina, who's very, very good too. So, and they all kind of bring their own thing. So example, like Ashley's more of a greeter, right? And she does things. DZ's very structured in certain things. Marcy does her own thing. Like I don't want to exclude anyone. So they're all good at their own thing. But what I'm getting at is that you have to find what it is you're good at. Some people are very organized. I'm not particularly organized. I'm a bit of a mess. But I do make somewhat of lists, messy lists, but I make messy lists and I get them done, and I do checklists, and that's what gets me through. And like there's some mods like Marcy. I'll give you an example. Marcy has a database of every link we've ever had on any of our shows since she's been doing it in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Right? She has a Dropbox backup. So like if somebody doesn't have a flyer, she has, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. So these are things, that's why I'm saying to you, like, guys, tomorrow you're going to see some mods, and you're going to see some people with 1,000 viewer mods, hundreds of thousands of followers, and you're going to realize that it's not the same. Like, so I think it's something that's super valuable, and we're going to learn tomorrow. So if you guys want to do that, make sure you check us out. Sorry to plug, but
that's okay. Plug away. That's why we're here, sharing the knowledge.
Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific. My birthday, but you know what? We're not doing that because, but I am going to do something for my birthday. I'll talk about that later. But I really think that they're underappreciated. So I'd love to get more mods to be known. And I also feel like, I'm going to do, and it's funny. We actually started this, and I'm going to coin it now because we've had so many mods like really want to be in this and participate, and there's so much information, we're actually going to do. We were talking about every bi-yearly, and then it went to every quarter, and now I think it's going to be bi-monthly, and it may be monthly for that matter. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I think
So-
we're going to do a mod thing where we bring the beginning, middle, and advanced. And that's the thing, guys, is you can never leave. Everyone's at a different point of their life, even streamers, and it's okay. Like, just know that. But there's not a reason why you can't take something that somebody who does for 1,000 people, and you can't make somebody's channel who has 10 viewers or 8 and make that grow exponentially because of some things or tips you took.
Yeah, so of course I shout out my mods all the time. Justin, Holly, Songbird as well. They do a phenomenal job. They just put the link in the chat for tomorrow. This is a good question. So, Studio Chatter, thank you for this question. We'll be curious and interested in learning best practices for mods. I will kind of piggyback that question by saying, from the 5%, the top mods that you know and you witness, what are some of their most, just the best characteristics they have when they're modding? What are some of their primary characteristics that are really good?
They move the chat along. Like, the chat has to feel like, you have to feel like the chat is moving. And that's the thing with when you're in a good chat, specifically like this one. This one's a really, really good chat. Shout out to everybody in here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you've done a great job, Amani. So one of the things is that the idea of any channel, and this is both, see, this is going to help the mods and the streamers, is you have to build community. That's why it's so important to even acknowledge the 4 people on there. If you care less than 4 people in there, as a DJ, let's flip it. Let's put it IRL, right? In real life.
Mm-hmm.
The best DJs are the ones that play like there's 200 people or hundreds of people in the room, whether it's busy or not. And if you do that, then you've already won. So and it's funny because I would do that like early when I was really so I took a break from DJing and I would come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I started DJing like there was people in there, like, and I would just boom. And I was like, nobody's in here. Well, bartender's got to have a good time, and the security guards, bouncers. That was the word I was looking for.
Yes.
And the bouncers. What's crazy is because of that, and I would play on the off nights. They would get me on the on nights because they're like, "Yo, this guy kills it when there's nobody in here. So he kills it when there's 4 people. Imagine when there's 400." So, as long as mods and the streamers are most important, obviously, but meaning they have to keep the room engaged, like that, with the content, the way they communicate, etc. But then the mods are there, and they're a great addition to what happens in the room. And if they don't move the room, if they don't address questions, do things, let the streamer know, hey, this is going on. Hey, you got a raid of 40 something. Mm-hmm. Just think about that. How many rooms do you go in? And I mean, everybody in here, when a raid happens and it's not acknowledged, or someone throws bits, someone throws bits or does a sub. I mean, that's the ultimate, cosign, right? Is a raid, right? People don't realize raids are cosign. You can ask for a raid all day, people. But when somebody raids you, they cosign you. So you're asking almost like to be invited to someone's house, or all the guests from someone's house to go to someone else's house. Like you don't just invite your people to somewhere else. So just little things like that. Like I said, and I hope that answered your question.
Oh, it did. And then, so Senior Teb, he wants to know, at what point would you need a mod? I say right away. What do you say?
I say right away. I think mods are great. Here's what I think. I think anything you could do to give you an edge, and this is something people used to make fun of me. When I started streaming, shortly after, I started putting PSD. Now, mind you, I'm from the East Coast. And then I started putting CEST, Central East European Standard Time.
Yes.
And people thought that was a little ambitious. And what happened was, before I knew it, we had people from other countries. And I was like, I can't leave this unnoticed, one. And two is I need to, give them instruction on when to see me. Mm-hmm. So I think it's something that's very, very overlooked on thinking ahead. So I think you should, we'll talk about this more tomorrow, but I think you should make flyers. I think you should put all the time zones. And I think you need to have a mod ASAP. Like, I think it's super, super important to have mods and just grow it as a thing. My biggest issue with streaming, DJs, anybody, is they don't treat it like a business. And Amani is a perfect example of this. Like, Amani's a business person. So that's why when Amani speaks, it resonates. Like he speaks to me, I'm like, I'm listening. You know what I mean? And the reason is because he's talking business to a business person, right? So, and a lot of people in the chat, shout out to everybody in here. Give us the ones if you're a business person. Give us the ones in the chat.
Yes,
But
yes.
one of the things that I think is really important is you have to treat it like a business. So, you know, we know DJs that don't get any, support because they don't treat anything like a business. Thank you for the info about mods, listing time zones. How do you find a mod? Well, that's a very good studio chatter. Very, very good question. I would say start with your friends. Also, one thing I say, okay, there's etiquette. We're gonna do this, and I've been kind of shout out to Darth Vader in here. We're gonna do something called like the 10 Twitch commandments. Somebody told me today it might be a little aggressive. The one thing you don't want to do is steal. Okay, so here's what I suggest. I suggest start with friends. Make friends in the community and start with friends. And if you happen to be in the same room sometimes, ask that person who happens to not be a mod for someone to be a mod. Because I think if you're smart and you're small, it's probably better to not ask a mod to be your mod. Because just like a guest, right? Amani, you speak well, but for me, I used to get a lot of no's in the beginning.
Yeah.
Even being in the industry, right? And I'll tell you why I got my no's, because they knew me as a producer, not as an interviewer or broadcaster. And nobody wants to show up for 4 people on their time.
Yeah.
You get it? So what I'm saying is start something. So start small, find people. As you grow, then you can expand to people that mod. But you want people to take you serious. So I say don't steal people's mods or whatever. Just kind of try to build your own team.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Build your own team. Good. Okay, so as we kind of come to the home stretch of the interview, I wanted to ask what for experienced streamers who are looking to grow and are maybe hitting a plateau on their stream, what advice would you have for them to kind of keep going and not give up, but just keep going and keep putting the time in? What advice would you have for them?
I say that you're making the same dish over and over. So there's a couple things you could do, and it depends on what kind of skin you have. You can ask someone. Amani's very good at looking at analytics. I think that's a good thing. So if you're somebody who maybe doesn't have a thick skin and you can ask people and say, hey, what would you say I can improve my stream? I actually like that. I think that's it's a good way to look at yourself in the mirror without looking yourself in the mirror. I mean, obviously be careful who you ask, because if you're ready to give up, you might not be in that emotional state where you want to get critiqued. But I think that's one way of doing it. I think looking at analytics, and I think also try stuff, man. I think you need to experiment. I think times are a big deal. So example, if you're a DJ DJing at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday, there's a lot of
busy. It's very crowded. Yes.
It's a busy space. So do little things that change. So going back to the point is try things that you want to try, different things, change it up. I mean, look, were you surprised at that your Survivor Island was popular amongst the
I was a little surprised at first. What I was surprised about was that people were talking about the next day, the day after, and they're looking forward to the next week. That's what surprised me. And I was like, whoa, because that took off pretty quickly, and people got into it in the chat. The chat would be kind of spicy, but it took off pretty quickly, and it was dope. And so that kind of surprised me a little bit, but I'm so glad I listened to Be More Angie, who had the idea and shared it with me. And it's had a life of its own. It's just been amazing. So I was a little bit, but when you sit back and think about it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, you're also an educated streamer in a sense where you tend to self-reflect a lot. Like you stop and track things, and you stop and track things. And I think that's something that also is undervalued amongst people in the streaming community, is you always have to track. So example, if you're going to try to lose weight, right? Anything that you want to achieve, it has to be trackable. Yeah. So I think that's something that it's not noticed enough and not emphasized enough by people. So I could see you being surprised, but I could see you getting over it a lot faster than somebody else.
Yes.
Like for me, I had to keep talking about it, but like when somebody told me I was a broadcaster, I was like, "What are you talking about, bro?" But,
yeah. So Twomp TLC's come back tomorrow for the island, so don't worry, they got a second chance. What piece of technology that you've acquired since you started live streaming in this kind of pandemic era is now a piece of technology that you can't live without?
Mm. Oof. Okay, my mic. I never used to use my mic. I had a USB mic.
Okay, yeah.
It was just there for, I don't know, voiceovers or something, and
Right. Yeah.
that I would never do. That I would never do. Yeah. So yeah. So my USB mic, and
Okay.
anybody, guys, I want to know what USB mic you guys use. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, let us know in the chat. Also, really, I just like to close off the interview by saying any kind of last minute words of wisdom or advice. You have a lot of experienced viewers in the chat, a lot of experienced streamers. You also have a lot of new viewers, new
Mm.
streamers, and mods. If you were just going to kind of share with them some thoughts about Twitch, where we're headed, and how, as you said earlier, this is kind of something that we've never experienced before, but it's like a one moment in time that is really impactful on the music industry. Kind of, what would Kova say?
I think that people have to realize that this is a community, and I think it's missed. So whether you're worried about OBS or you're worried about your chat or your viewer engagement, etc., if you put community first, it'll happen. And shout out to Darth Vader. I know he's in there giving himself
Yeah.
props. He's actually taught me a lot of things. So one of the things I think that we underestimate in this whole thing is it's about connecting with people. And when you get that, the rest is easy. Honestly, OBS you can learn.
Yes.
Streaming you'll get better per practice. I mean, right now I think we've done, I don't know, 150 episodes total.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I said, it's you get better and better every time. So just the community. If you put the community first, the rest is practice and just research. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Look at this, Vera Music. It's not about you. It's about the community. Darth Vader, authenticity, most important. That's another good one. Don't try to be something you're not. So that's a good one to go off the community. That's good. I love that one because authenticity. People catch BS really quickly.
Yes.
And they know when you're selling them something. So, and here's the thing, guys. It's not bad to sell on streaming, but you have to give value first. Like you have to be someone who you establish a rapport. People respect you. They know that you're the real deal. And then that's when you can do the stuff. The cool thing about the streaming too is people can actually give you bits and subs, and sometimes people do it at a pity. So, it's like, I'm sure you've tipped a waitress once when you're like, she really does not deserve
it. She's having a bad day, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's bless her a little bit. Go ahead.
Yes. All right, so I want everyone in the chat put some ones in the hearts for Kova. Thank you for joining us. We're going to tune in tomorrow and Wednesday, and then we're going to follow up on Friday. So we just thank you for coming through, sharing your wisdom and your advice, and we just appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you. Would you mind if I give some shout outs?
Go ahead, do it.
Nuts. Let me say that I got to give people shout outs here. White Girl 1958, what's up? On the ones and twos, shout out to him. He actually won a pair of Pioneer headphones. I actually have them in the box.
Nice.
But cool. Yeah, I won a pair. Shout out to him. He's from Canada. Songbird 99, Havoc.
Yes, that's my mic.
Yeah. Just Jane 22, Evie Nicole, what's up? Studio Chatter, what's up? Victoria Top Floor. I am DJ Pre, what's up? J Style Sounds, what's up? That's family right there. What's up, man? Appreciate you. We have a DJ. So DJ Megan.
I love it.
Wealthy DJ, Queen Maine, Good Girls Goody.
Yes.
Fernando Deb, Fresh Most. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go through a couple more.
Go ahead.
DJ Vera, So Fox G, what up? Miss Class, DJ Miss Classy. I like that name.
Yes.
Darth Vader, I love you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yes. Awesome.
If I met you, DJ Twomp, man, I'm so sorry. Everybody in my band, I come back. Just send me a whisper. I'll shout you out tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm looking at because I have my iPad here. 6 p.m. if you're in whatever. I'm looking at the iPad. Sorry.
It's cool. No.
I have to focus. Listen, Amani, I want to thank you, brother, for having me on. You really, I'm going to be honest. Amani hit me up a few weeks ago, and I didn't know anything about him. And that's one thing that it's okay to be to check people's channels out before. And I like what you're doing. I think you're super helpful. You're a wealth of knowledge. So I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. You come in the chat. You're very respectful in my chat. That's another thing too. Like he doesn't come in and blast his stuff. And Amani and I are going to be doing some stuff together. So I'm going to announce it now. we might as well
Cool.
announce it. He's a good dude. So anything I could do for you, my brother, you let me know.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Take care, guys. Take care, everybody. Peace.
All right. Cool. Awesome. All right, that was Kova. Super dope. Cool. We're gonna keep cruising right along. We got a lot of good stuff. So I think I still see DJ Chaotic in the chat. We're gonna take a look at his setup on. He sent the video, and then we talk about his setup as well. So hold on for 1 minute here. Oh, here he is. Here's his setup.
What's going on, Amani? What's going on, Twitch U? My name is Kevin, better known to you as DJ Chaotic. And today we are live from my basement, and I have the pleasure of showing you the equipment that I use when I stream live here on Twitch. Please keep in mind that this setup is nowhere near as elaborate as some of the setups we've seen in recent weeks, but it gets the job done, so let's just get to it. First, we're going to start off with my 15-inch 2018 MacBook Pro. It has an i7 processor, 16 gigs of memory. It has a 2 terabyte solid state external hard drive or hard drive installed. And this is actually the computer that I use when I'm DJing, when I'm playing music. If you've been on my streams, you know that I play music videos. So I also use a 15-inch 2015 MacBook Pro. It pretty much has the same specs as the 2018. A friend of mine, DJ Darth Vader, he turned me on to NDI. Shouts out to him. So I connect both computers using the Thunderbolt drive. It's a cord. And I'm able to split the duties between both computers. So I actually spin or play from this computer and I stream from this one. And it keeps the CPU usage down to a minimum. I use the Rain 12 turntables. My mixer of choice is the Pioneer DJM S9 mixer. Eventually, I'm going to get my hands on the S11, but this mixer is still a beast, so I'm in no rush to get the S11. In terms of audio, I use the iRig Stream. I was fortunate enough to get one during the pandemic over the summer when we were during lockdown. I was able to get one online. I'm actually happy with the audio, so I probably won't stray from that. I use a 5 terabyte external hard drive to store all my videos. I use a softbox light here, and of course my green screen. And then occasionally I'll use my Technique turntables. Oh, wait, my Cowboys Technique turntables. That's one. That's two. Shouts out to Amani. We know how much he loves those Cowboys. And that's basically it. Outside of the Logitech Brio webcam and my microphone, that's basically my setup. So shouts out to you, Amani. I sincerely appreciate all the love, all the support you've given me in recent weeks. Shouts out to all of you guys who have shown me love and showed up in some of my streams. And I'm sure I'm going to see most of you guys out here on these Twitch streets. Peace.
So that Cowboys. Oh, so if you didn't know, I'm a Washington football team fan, born and bred, and so we just despise the Cowboys, and so he had to say that there. But that was beautiful. Well done. I'm curious, Chaotic, if you're in the chat, why did you choose to use the iRig as your interface instead of getting an interface? I'm really curious about that because you're the first person I've seen that uses the iRig that doesn't use it to do Instagram. So if you're in the chat, let us know that. That was a great setup, a great explanation. So thank you. DJs, I know that, I think Linda knew this. You said you wanted to send your set. So if you just email me or whisper me, I'll send you my email address. I have one that we're going to show next week. Flossie sent me hers. We're going to show hers next week. Also, Flossie will be a guest with us next week as well, along with Arabian Prince from NWA. He'll be a guest next week, so that'll be cool also. I am not a Cowboys fan, so yeah. So if you have a setup that you want to send in, DJs, please send it to me. As you see, this is really fun to see what people's setups are like. We learn. I learn stuff from everyone, so that's great. So I think that thank you, Darth Vader. I didn't even know that you were going to be here, and you were in the video as well. So that's a special shout out to you because he talked about that also. What I wanted to do is there's another video where people were asking about how to put your bring Zoom into your stream. So keep putting chat in there as well. and I'm going to show you this video about how to bring Zoom into your stream, and then we're going to talk to D-Man, and then we're going to keep it moving. So I'm going to show you this video as well. It's really informative, and y'all can keep talking trash about the Cowboys all night long as far as I'm concerned. But here we go. Let's see here. Hold on for a minute. I think here.
Hey, what's up? My name is Willie Chin. I'm going to show you how to get your Zoom audio and video into OBS. I'm going to assume that you already have Zoom and OBS downloaded and installed onto your computer. If you don't, please do so. I'll put links below to everything you need to download. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this in 3 small to medium-sized steps. All right, let's begin. Step 1. So now we need to download Source Nexus. This will send the audio from Zoom straight to OBS. We're going to go to source-elements.com and we're going to download Source Nexus free. This driver is for Mac only. I'm sure they have something similar for PC. Choose the correct one for your operating systems and click download. Once you download it, find the installer and just go through all the steps. Step 2. Configure your Zoom. Open up Zoom, go into the preferences. Under the audio tab, for speaker, choose Source Nexus. For microphone, choose your audio card or your USB DJ controller or DJ mixer. All right, let's create a new meeting and invite a friend. In my case, I'm going to invite myself. If you're on a Zoom call with just one person, I recommend you pin the video. That way the screen is not going to switch when you start talking. Step 3. Let's configure OBS. Open up OBS. Create a new scene or just add to a scene if you have one already. Title it. Click OK. Now let's add a source. Click the plus sign. Add audio input capture. Title it Source Nexus. Click OK. Now in the drop-down menu, select Source Nexus. Now click the gear wheel and select Advanced Audio Properties. For Source Nexus, under Audio Monitoring, we're going to choose Monitor and Output. This will allow you to hear your Zoom call. Now click OK and close. Now we're going to follow those same steps to add your audio card or your DJ mixer. Be sure to title it just so you can stay organized. I'm also going to add my camera in here. I'm going to do so by adding a video capture device. Title it, click OK. Now select whatever camera you're going to use. Click OK. I'm going to leave the designing up to you. You can design it however you want. Now let's add our Zoom into OBS. Under Sources, click the plus sign. Select Window Capture. Title it. Click OK. Now in the drop-down menu, we want to select the window we want to capture, which is the Zoom meeting. You might have to redo this before you go live again. Now place it to your desired location. And a cool thing you could do if you want to trim any unwanted area, if you hold down Option, click and drag, you can trim out the area of the window you do not want to see, like buttons, logos, things like that. This will also work if you change your canvas size and you want to stream to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. And there you have it. It's that simple. Keep in mind when you do this, your OBS has to be open to hear your Zoom call. So if you close OBS, switch your speaker output from Source Nexus to your regular audio card. Well, that's it. My name is Willie Chin. If you have any other questions of how to get your Zoom into OBS, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out soundboypro.com. Mod.
All right, so that video, really helpful. I used it. I couldn't get it to work until I downloaded Source Nexus, so follow all the steps. If you join the Discord, which the mods will put up a link to that will really, I'll send you the link to the video so you can go through it. I use it every time. I've used it twice so far for Survivor when we bring in a guest or 2 guests as well. It worked very well. So that's just a really quick and easy video. I had to do some digging on YouTube to find the right video, but I found it, so I wanted to share it with you all. But yeah, if you have any questions, put that in the chat. And yeah, so let's see here. We're going to also bring in, I'm going to keep my eye on the chat because a lot's going on. We're going to bring in DJ D-Man, and we're going to talk to this gentleman right here. So here we go. And mods will tell me if we have any questions as well to answer. So hold on for a minute. I had D-Man here. So switch you right out here. So DJ D-Man, what's good?
Hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Yes. How are we doing today?
Doing well yourself?
I'm doing great. Okay, so I'm going to set the picture. So about 2 weeks ago, D-Man organized this 3-day Beats for a Cure for breast cancer research. It far exceeded his expectations. So we're bringing him back to talk about the final results, what you learned, and all that. So maybe you could start us off with telling us what were the final results of the fundraising we did, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so after everything was tallied in total, we raised and that's all 25 DJs of us all the way around the world. $22,146.25. So not too bad,
Wow.
considering that I was planning on doing it just by myself and hoping to raise maybe $500, and to get the support from all the DJs and the love from everyone else in the community, and to raise over $22,000 is just phenomenal. So, and there were 14 different foundations and causes that for breast cancer that money went to. So it was amazing.
That's that's amazing. So just ones and hearts in the chat for D-Man. That's just amazing. Just the initiative that you took and the follow through. And it's just, I was just so glad I was maybe a part of it, and I'm just a small part of it, but that's amazing. What did you learn in terms of planning an event like this on Twitch? What were some of the lessons you learned?
Probably plan more ahead, which I'm already, which is funny because actually, and by the way, I can't see the chat, so if anyone's saying anything in the chat, I can't see it. So if someone has a question, you have to relay it to me. But I'm already planning for 2021. So and which is gonna be bigger and better. So for me, it was just kind of like, crap, I wish I had thought about this 3-4 weeks sooner. And then it could have been something a little bit bigger, but actually it turned out amazing. So I'm happy with that. I also learned, just once again, the DJs here on Twitch are the best DJs in the world. They're selfless, and I said, unless they had a schedule conflict, when I asked, they were down. And there's quite a few in the chat room right now that participated in the event. So I learned once again, to solidify that DJs on Twitch here are phenomenal.
Amazing. You had said also you kind of noticed some things or learned some things from other DJ about like music styles and music they were playing. Share with us some of those learnings as well.
So I think I probably heard most of the DJs DJ before I asked them to go on. There was one, because he was actually a recommendation from this DJ out in New Zealand, Manchu, and that was DJ Chucky. So literally the first time I heard him play was actually the night that he was on. And which, by the way, I got a chance to listen to all the DJs except for Flossie. I set my alarm, but I forgot to turn it on, and I missed her set. So I'm so bad. So I'm sorry, Flossie. I apologize again for missing your set, but I didn't hear everyone's set. But it was amazing, the diversity that everyone had. Like, everyone brought their own flavor. I mean, you had your old school hip hop, you had your house, you had your trance, you had just everything, R&B, dance, whatever. It was just like everyone's brought their own flavor, which that's what I wanted. I did not want to have 5 polka sets back to back to back. One okay with some dope remixes, that's fine, but I didn't want to hear like 5 polka sets. But everyone came with something totally different, which actually, if someone did a polka set, I probably would have been really happy, just because no one ever does polka. But it was like everyone had their own flavor, and it's just that they played off the previous DJ, but then they went into their own set. And I was just like, wow, it's like, this is like really, really go. It was like flowing really well. So, so yeah, it's just like, I just me hearing the different music, that I probably wouldn't normally listen to on a normal basis. It was just phenomenal. And I'm learning stuff. I'm chatting like, or jamming like, what is that? What remix is this? What edit is this? And it was just amazing, just the talent of the DJs. So for sure.
Awesome. Cool. Anything else you want to share with us about maybe next steps, and then also talk to us about what's coming next?
Okay. Well, what's coming next, I can't talk about right now, because the funny thing, you actually emailed me about something earlier, and I was already thinking about that for the summer, but I'm going to hook up with them, and we'll probably end up doing that. But like I said, I've already thought about 2021, and I want to do a Thursday through Sunday, and basically make it a whole weekend plus, and then once again add more DJs on. A lot of DJs, which I've noticed that when I'm going to different chats, I'm seeing more DJs in the chats. I'm seeing more different viewers in the chats. So I think with the Beats for a Cure, kind of help each DJ kind of get a better, bigger following, and then just other DJs watching other DJs like, wow, okay, I never knew about this DJ. Let me check them out. Oh, they're pretty dope. Let me follow. And now their followers, it's building everyone up. But even now, it's like, now I'm planning. So if I go into your chat, I'm not that I'm scouting, but I'm kind of like scouting for DJs for next year. And I'd like to get also bigger names. I'm not going to name drop anyone, but I've already kind of threw something out to somebody, and they were like, yeah, I'm down. Let me know. Which I was like, okay, cool. That kind of gave me some wind in my sails to possibly start asking other big DJs that, that are known worldwide. And and hopefully make it even a bigger event. I jokingly said on your channel last time I was here that I wanted to raise 50,000. And like I said, we got pretty much half that, but I think next year that's going to be a reality that we can actually probably hit
Exceed that.
mark.
Exactly. Yeah, we can exceed that for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. There were a couple of things that did happen on this past Beats for Cure that I do want to acknowledge because they were very special.
Please. Yeah.
So the first one on here, this is not any particular order, I just kind of wrote in this order, was that DJ LV. Shout out to DJ LV. During his stream, I think that week prior, he was like, he basically stopped the stream and said, "Hey, listen, what are we gonna raise? You know, we're gonna put in a poll, like 4 or 5 numbers in there. What are we gonna do?" And they end up, I think, voting on $2,000. So he said, "Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold you to it." And lo and behold, not only did they hit that 2,000, they exceeded it. He was one of the highest ones. He actually brought in 3,000. So I don't want to put out people's numbers, but because he did that and his people showed up, and it was a phenomenal number. I have to salute that. I salute him for that. Miss Her, probably, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like I think I probably cried like half a dozen times because once again, breast cancer for me is very, very near to my heart. But she had probably one of the most powerful sets, especially the ending of it. That I was just like, man, this is phenomenal. So I saluted her up, bigged her up big time. I reached out to her. I'm like, listen, like you really touched me with your set. So shout out to Miss Her. We had 2 broken hype trains during that. DJ Dark Knight and Relly Rail. I missed Dark Knight's one, but I saw Relly Rail. Relly Rail literally he should have had like 5 hype trains. And the hype train just did not want to start. And maybe like 40 minutes before its set ended, it started and it just went out of control. And it got to 900% and just broke. And we were all sitting there like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? And it was just amazing. And then when I heard Dark Knight, his went up to like 2,000% and broke. So salute to everyone out there that broke the hype trains on Rails and Dark Knight set. And then probably the most pro move I've ever seen is DJ Select to 720. I think pretty much everything possibly could have gone wrong, went wrong on this set at some point in time. You know, the fader went out. Mixer was, just everything was just the computer crashed, the MP3 was corrupted, but he did not waver. Like he was a true professional. He worked around it. He even beatboxed during the time when the computer was down. It was rebooting just to kind of keep the thing going. And then, and I think Miss Her was the one that said, "Hey, you have vinyl behind you. Why don't you just throw some vinyl on?" He's like, "Let's do this." So he started just randomly pulling out vinyl and playing it. And it was just like really just shows the level of professionalism that not only just Selected, but all the DJs had during the set, that they can actually just make this a wonderful thing. Excuse me. So it was just great support and phenomenal DJs. So
awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking the initiative to organize this, make it happen. We salute you. Let everyone know when's the next time that you are streaming so we can all make sure we follow and support you in your stream.
Okay. Usually I'm on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which listening to Kova, I need to probably convert that to time across the East.
Central Time. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, which is funny because literally I'm listening to Achilles and Kova. I'm like, gosh, they're saying great stuff. Like I don't look at the numbers anymore, and that's because of you. I don't look at my numbers anymore. But stuff like that, I'm saying like there's great things. But anyway, I'm usually on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. and Friday nights at 8 p.m. But I will not be on tomorrow because I do have a day job, and tomorrow's like a huge meeting day. So I will not be on Tuesday, but I will be on Thursday, and I will be doing my part 2 of my Def Squad versus Hit Squad set. So definitely check out. So if you're hip hop head, you definitely want to check that one out for sure.
Awesome. Cool. All right, D-Man, thank you very much for stopping through. We appreciate you. Well done. Congratulations again. Put those ones and hearts in the chat for you, and we will see you soon.
And appreciate you as well, Monty. Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. All right, later. All right, so that's good. Great stuff. Well done. Shout out LV. I'm not surprised though. You're the man. You killed it. So we're just happy to be in your presence and be on your stream. So Greenlight, you asked me about what about streamers. So I have a task here. Can someone find me right now if there's a streamer on Twitch right now that is experiencing a hype train? Because I'm going to show you how to add the hype train onto OBS for mobile users, which will be great because mobile users can't see the hype train, so that might deter them from participating. So if you could find someone out there right now that has a hype train going on now, I'm going to kind of show you. Hopefully, I have enough time to do that. So green light, when you're asking about StreamYard and Zoom, maybe swing me a whisper about that because StreamYard is pretty separate. You can't really bring Zoom into StreamYard. It's kind of clunky. It doesn't work too well. But if you have a specific question, put that there as well. So let's see here. You put there, so they have a hype train going on right now. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. I'm going to show you this really quickly. First, let me make sure I can share my OBS with you. Let's try to do this really quickly here. Hopefully, OBS will act accordingly as well. And I'm because I got to give a shout out to DJ Twin Spin, who DJ Twin Spin. Who showed me how to do this. Okay, so let's see here where we at right now. So we're going to do this here. We're going to delete that really quickly. Okay, so hold on for a minute here. All right, so hold on. Ooh, shout out to DJ Vince Adams. I saw you in here before the 5-pack, but first of all, thank you very much, Vince Adams, for joining us. Thank you 2 times for the 5-piece as well. Appreciate that. Let me know if you want ranch or sweet potato fries with that also. So thank you for that. Let me see if I can do this now. I also see DJ Yoshi in the building. Thank you, Yoshi, for joining us as well. Okay, so hold on. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Can we get desktop here? Your entire application window. Let me see if this works here for us here. So I'm gonna try to share this here. So now you all can see my screen here as well. Thank you for those subs. So let's see here. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is you have to create a source. So I'm just going to walk you through this really quickly. So we're going to create a source right here. Hopefully this pops up. Does this pop up for you there? Can you see that? Boy, they. Let's see if you can see that here. So hopefully it'll show you that. Otherwise, I have to show you a different way here. You have to create a source. Oh no, it's not looking like it's showing up. You can get a source. Let's see here. Let me try to share this a different way then. Application window. So let's see. What you have to do is you create a source, you create a browser source, and then let's see, does it pop up there? Pop up there. You add a new thing. No, hold on for a minute. Let me see. Otherwise, we're going to do something else here. Let's see. We're going to stop sharing. Otherwise, I have to share screen, application window, Brave tab. So hold on. Let's try this here. Screen 2. Let's see if this works here. All right. So here we are. Okay, good. You see it there. Okay, good. Let me cancel. Awesome. Okay, good, good, good. So what you do is you go down here in OBS, you hit plus sign, plus, and then you're going to add source browser here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me know if that hype train is still going on. I think it was Fortify, right? Let's see if it's still going on here really quickly. TV/Fortify. Oh, hold on, I gotta spell this right. Let's see here if we could find another one. We might have to find another one as well. Let's see if we can find another one. I think I spelled that wrong. Still going. Put his link in there again for me. I appreciate that, Darth Vader. Put the link in there for me, please. It's for DIFLY. Let's see here. Here. Hopefully this works. Oh, hold on. DJ Fly. Okay, hold on. DJ Fly. Get my little spelling working here. DJ Fly. Okay, so here we go. Let's see how we got here. Type train. Okay, so it looks like it's still going here. Let's see here. So we're going to copy this really quick. Okay, level 3. Perfect. Oh, we got 4 minutes, hopefully. Okay, so level 3. So we copy that there. Then we're going to go back to OBS. Okay, so we're going to add browser in here. So we're going to add browser. We're going to call it create new browser. We're going to call it hype train 2 here. Okay, so in the URL, we're going to put his address there. And since I also broadcast, I think it's 1280, I believe it's, what's it, 1280 by 720, I believe. 80 by 720, you put that in there. And then you check off the boxes here, 720, hold on. And then you're going to check off these boxes here, shutdown source is not visible, all this. You're going to do this here, okay. So then we're going to click okay. So now his screen will pop up here. Okay, perfect. So his screen will pop up here. You'll see it in a minute. Okay, we want to start watching. So show the hype train here. Okay, it shows the hype train. So now what we do is you have to like crop. You have to crop the You have to crop it here. So you're going to crop it here, and then you're going to crop it here. Okay, so we want the hype train there because we just want our mobile users to see it. So we're going to crop it here. We're good. Okay, now we're going to make this bigger. So this is the hype train here. It's still going, still going. Okay, we make it bigger, and we're going to put it over here. So once you do that, you put it over there. Also, what you must do is you also have to go down and mute the sound. You have to mute the sound on his the hype train too. So you have to mute the sound here. It's already muted, but make sure you mute it in OBS. Okay, let's crop this a little bit cleaner here too. A little bit of OCD here. So then this, you put it big on the right side. You can put it wherever you want as well. Put it on the big right side. Uh-oh, never mind. No, it don't work here. So hold on, tap this here. I think you can make this bigger. No, hold on. Click here. Make it bigger. And then here, up here. So you make it bigger. You're right there on the right-hand side. And then, so that way, when the hype train is going on, it's going to show up. So then you just lock it in here. You lock it in here. And then the only challenge you have to do is that whenever you have a hype train, you have to make sure to activate it. So right now it's active. But now the next step is go back to properties here, change this to your address. So when it happens to you, it'll pop up on your screen. So like I would put Amani Experience here and it would pop up. I'm going to cancel this because I want to show you, but you can see this would be on mobile. On OBS, I'm not live, so you can't see it, but that's how you would put it up so that the mobile users can see it. They'll see the percentage and they'll see the what level we're at as well. And this is how you can add the hype train for your mobile users, because that's one of the biggest issues we have is that you cannot see the hype train when you're mobile. And what we've learned is that most of our users are on mobile. It's very surprising. So this will help you do that. So make sure you mute the sound. Once you finish the hype train, you can just deactivate it. It'll go on. Like I can turn it off. It goes away. And then I think you can turn it back on, but you have to activate it when the hype train goes on, and then just go back in here and change it to change it. So there it is right there. Change it to go on as well. And so that's how we do it. I'm going to go in the chat, see if there are any questions. And I'm glad this worked out, and it worked. And I have to give a shout out to Twin Spin. If he's here, tell him thank you, because he just taught me this 3 hours ago. And so I'm so appreciative. He's going to be on the show in 2 weeks as well. So let me answer some questions here. Yes, hold on. Let me stop sharing the screen. If there are any questions, I'll keep it up here, and I'm going to stop sharing really quickly. So hold on for a minute here. There was a couple questions. So yes, the streamer has to set this up if they're using OBS, but once they set it up, they just activate it and do it themselves. So I'm just really excited about this, because that's been the biggest issue, is that people can't see the hype trains on mobile. So definitely, Vince, I love it. I'm going to try to figure out when I get to working on my Stream Deck to have a button on the Stream Deck as well. So let me just make sure there's any other questions as well. And Darth Vader's here, and he knows a lot about it. We gotta get you on the show too, Darth Vader. I'm gonna hit you up as well. And so, yeah, so this is good. Yes, a clip. So yeah, so what I'll do is I will try to clip what I just showed you and make that a clip or a highlight, so you can just look at that as well. But thank you. I'm glad we saw a hype train as well, so you can see it. Hype train success is still on my screen, and now it goes away. So once it goes away, you can just take it down and it's gone as well. So that's great. Any other questions? That we covered a lot today. Thanks to all my guests. We covered so much today. That's great. So let me see anything else here in the chat. Agree, ATL rocks. If anyone has any questions, just message me. Hold on here for a minute here. Let's see here. I got my Stream Deck. It's right here. Where is it? Hold on, I'll show it to you. Hold on, let me see here. I got my Stream Deck here. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. I got a little baby one. So yeah, I got my little Stream Deck right here. It's a little baby one here. I got to figure out how to use it. So yeah. All right. So let's see here. All right, cool. So yeah, let's see here. Any other questions? We got a couple minutes. We're going to go on a raid now. And let's see. Thank you, Eclipse. I had to learn it though. I just learned it 5 minutes ago. I had to practice. So yes. Okay. Thank you, Yoshi. I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that as well. Yes, D-Man. So this is true. So cool for sure. Darth Vader, I'll hit you up as well. Yeah, mine just came like yesterday or whatever. So I gotta kind of do that also. All right. So a couple announcements really quickly, and then we'll be on our way to a raid. Hold on, let me shoot this really quickly. So tomorrow we have our Survivor Island Revenge Edition. So definitely please stop by and please stop by. Thank you, Vince. And join us 8 p.m. Eastern. Who will be the last one standing? A lot of these were controversial people who left the island as well. So we'll see who comes out on top. It's going to be great. And then next week after, we're having a Legends edition. Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin. That'll be our Legends edition the week after. So that's what we have there as well. Um, and then hold on for a minute. I know, Vince, I might actually get another one and sell this one. So I saw that as well. And then also, here's the weekly schedule I have as well. So today's Twitch U, Tuesday Survivor, Thursday we do the old school video jukebox, Friday we have trivia, Saturday's a day party. We're doing Mary J. Blige's day party, I think this week, maybe. And then also next week, we have Flossie's coming to the stage next week, I believe. Yes, Flossie's coming. And we also have Arabian Prince coming to Twitch U from NWA. And I'm going to secure one more guest as well. So that's next week as well. So yeah, this was really a great class. Also, people, I just really, yeah, it will be very emotional. SWV didn't make it this time. I had to put TLC there. They got more votes, Lady CVJ. But next time we'll get them as well. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let me look here and see. Let's see here what we're gonna do here and see here. Figure this out. Let's see what we're gonna do. Little digits. So I think because let me look here and see. Also, formats here. Yeah, so I think because we're gonna give tribute to DJ D-Man and some of the members of Nyla, a treat here. Hold on, Nyla's outside. She's outside playing. But Ames, the Nyla treat. Next time we'll do that. She's outside playing. Let me close this down here as a tribute to. Let's look here. What's that right here? Let me look, try to find who we're gonna raid. Oh, that's our guy from let me see here. Dawn. Yeah, I was thinking Dawn Perignon as a tribute to, where is she? Right here. AIDS. Yeah. So we're gonna go for D-Man, we're gonna go Dawn Perignon because she was part of our Beats for a Cure. She's on right now. We're gonna rate her. She's dope DJ based out of Reno. So she's doing Moody Mondays. So let's go in there, overwhelm her with some emotes, show some love. I was just in her chat last night. Thank you all very much for coming to Twitch U today. Just a great time and great conversations. All three of our guests. Thank you to Achilles Music. Thank you to Kova. And thank you to D-Man for this. Just great stuff. See y'all tomorrow. See y'all in the future. Make sure you stay safe. And hold on. Yes. So studio chatter. Good question. We can keep asking questions too as well. Yes. The DJ knows who initiates the raid. So we're going to go here. Thank you, J Style Sound. So we're going to go raid. And then let's see here. Dawn. Perig. Gee, let me get this right. Paragon. Thank you to my mods, Songbird, Holly, Just Jen. Thank you all for your support. I could definitely not do this myself. Let me check the spelling here. Dawn Perion. Cool. Got it. All right, so we're going to raid Dawn. Come up in there. She's got a good amount of people in the chat, so we're going to overwhelm her even more, show her some love. Thank y'all very much. Let me see if there's any questions. Tweak music tips. Great job, everyone. Any questions? Also, DJs, don't forget to send me your setup. Vince, if you want to send me your setup, we can put it on here as well. So let me know. I got Flossie's next week. I want to see who else a setup that I wanted to see. We had Eclipse. Oh no, also DJ Daz, because I know you do that green screen with the turntables. If you want to send us that, love the features you as well. All right, here we go on a raid. Thank you all, and I will see you all soon. Let's throw some emotes up.